Everybody's allowed to make little mistakes when you're out on a date, but sometimes there's ones that go down where you say, I don't know, this could just be a deal breaker.
Uh-oh.
Like wetting both your pairs of pants.
Oh.
Your regular ones and the emergency backup pair that you keep in the trunk.
Wait, your date stuck around for the second?
Or if your mom shows up during appetizers and takes a photo for the Christmas card.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
Mom, I told you to wait till after dessert.
Yeah. When you had your dry pants on.
Right, we're wondering, was today's dating mistake also unforgivable? And we say mistake because I'm hoping this didn't happen on purpose. You're going to hear what it was when we do your brand new second date update right after this. We really need to get a victory today.
Okay.
Not just for our listener, but for ourselves too. Because
I'll always take a victory.
Brooke's going through some deep-ish right now with her life.
Oh, boy.
Jose and I
No
tried
lies
to
told.
high-five in the break room and missed.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
embarrassing.
Bad hand-eye coordination.
A sad moment. And then Alexis's spray tan only covered 3/4 of her body this week.
Okay, guys,
Yikes.
it's hard to get my back on my own. Okay.
And that's better than usual, by the way.
Yeah, it's a mess, and we're all a little down and out right now, including Tiffany, who's on the phone because she's having trouble getting a guy to ask her out again.
Uh-oh.
Tiffany,
Oh, no.
if you could describe your mood right now using one emoji, what emoji would it be?
Oh, I like this question.
Probably that one that's like the dejected, sad face with the
Oh.
little squinty eyes.
Oh.
With the
Wow.
droopy eyes?
The one that's drooling?
Not that one.
Like the
Oh.
puppy dog eyes? Okay.
You guys, this is a visual
May-
thing.
yeah,
We
maybe,
can
maybe,
Bad
ask-
emojis
yeah,
we
maybe
use.
asking
There's a
emojis
lot.
wasn't the best way to start this.
Yeah.
Visual.
Tiffany, but maybe instead tell us about the guy that you want us to contact.
Yes.
Who's he?
Yeah, so Mike, we met on an app, and
Mhm.
I thought he was really funny. One thing I remember from his profile was that he liked to take the scenic route,
Oh.
That's
That
what
was
he
like-
wrote as his bio?
That was like his little tagline. Yeah, I thought that was kind of cute.
All right.
Oh,
so,
okay. So he takes a long time to do stuff that most people
Yeah.
get done in a short amount
Stop
of
and
time.
smell the roses kind of guy.
I feel like he's just late to everything. That's what it sounds like.
Just
to
let
me.
you
Way to
know.
put it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it left room for discovery. Like, is he late, or is he more just like a really present, soak up time with people?
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
Maybe he has ADD like me.
Yeah. Okay.
What'd you guys do on your date?
well, so we talked a lot before our date. Like, I'm not someone who just like dates a lot of people. I'm a one at a time kind of person, and I
Good.
wanted to really get to know him before we went out. So
Mm-hmm.
we talked a lot, and
He takes the scenic route, even setting up a first date.
Yeah.
Just takes a
Mhm.
long
yeah,
time.
maybe I'm a scenic route kind of person myself. But
Oh, okay. So what'd you guys talk about?
we talked about all sorts of things, and we had really good conversation. And then he asked me out, and I didn't tell you guys this because I know it's like technically second date update, but we actually have been out twice. So the first time was happy
Okay.
hour, and I just like wanted to talk to him more. So when he asked me out a second time, I went, and he asked me to go back to his place and watch a movie, and I did, and
Oh,
Fun.
okay.
stayed the night. And then
You did stay the night.
yeah,
Nice.
Wow.
it was just like one of those things where when we were at his place, it just felt like we had known each other for a really long time. Like, it was comfortable. We were
Aw.
cozy. It just
Oh.
felt good. It didn't feel like, oh, this is the first time I'm at your place.
Oh,
It felt
That's the best.
very like, I don't know,
Like
worn
hanging
in.
out with a
Natural.
family member, like a younger
No,
brother.
Jeffrey, not a family member.
Jeffrey,
Jeez,
no.
bro.
Well, I mean, a
This-
distant family
No.
member at least.
Like someone you've been in a relationship with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
family member. That's what I said.
No.
Not that
Jeff,
relationship.
no.
Okay.
Different relationships.
Do you think you said anything to scare him? Like you talked too much about wanting to be in a relationship or something?
I mean, honestly, anything is possible. Like, I don't claim to be the perfect dater or anything
Right.
like that. This just felt good, and I'm
Okay.
confused.
It was
Yeah.
natural and easy. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was easy.
Maybe too natural and easy is a red flag, though. Sometimes people get scared by that.
I need more
Yeah, it's
effort.
possible.
There should be more problems here.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see any problems. And then since then, it's just been like friends. It's been very much like the texts aren't as common or as frequent. And
Uh-huh.
I don't know, it's just like friendly. And I don't know, like,
Huh.
if he met someone else or if something went wrong.
Okay.
Oh.
It seems a little bit odd, especially because you've been out with him twice and spent the night. I mean,
And
Alexis,
you talk so much.
if that ever happened to you, like, what's your read on the situation?
Oh, you better text me the next day after
Yeah.
I leave.
I was
Stay
asking,
the
what do
night.
you think that you did wrong, Alexis?
Nothing. Never me.
Oh, it's not your problem?
No,
Perfect.
obviously, they
Something's
did
wrong with the
something.
guy.
What a dumb question,
Yeah.
Jeffrey.
Oh. Tiffany, do you think that there's anything that you could have done wrong?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm sure it's possible, but that's kind of what I need help with. Like, I just don't know.
It may be like, I know you're a date only one person at a time type of person, but maybe he's not. Did you guys discuss that?
Yeah, like on his dating profile, it said he was looking for a long-term relationship and marriage. So
Oh.
unless he lied about that, I thought we were kind of on the same page.
So he does, I mean, like, even that is setting the vibe where he's not like a one night only type of
Yeah,
guy.
no.
Well,
Yeah.
some guys may be embarrassed by their performance or something, or maybe he's a little
Right?
shy and he's like,
Okay.
wasn't my best.
I think
Go
I
at
think we
it.
get it. No, I
Yeah.
think we get it. But
Well, Brooke said what? So I can
Okay.
keep going.
Well, it's like she's calling him back.
yeah,
He's
Shouldn't that be
like-
enough affirmation?
and
If he's
Tiffany,
embarrassed, he wouldn't want to answer
Tiffany, he
that.
doesn't have anything to be embarrassed about, right?
No, definitely not.
Oh,
Okay.
the way she said it, he definitely doesn't.
See?
Yeah,
It's like,
well,
no.
Huh.
but sometimes
Okay.
when somebody likes the scenic route, I mean, you just want to see the scenes one time and then you're good. You don't keep driving back down that
Is that
same
how that
road
works?
over and over
Seen
again.
this movie.
Yeah, so maybe he's seen it before.
I don't know that that's an analogy I've ever
No.
heard.
Not when you're looking for love.
Yeah.
We're trying to find answers here, and
He's
hopefully,
like, but we already kissed once.
yeah, been there. We'll see what he has to say though when we come back
Huh.
and try and get your second date update right after this. All right?
Sounds good.
Okay, hold on. We've been talking to Tiffany about her dates, plural, because she went
Right.
on 2 of them.
Mhm.
With the
Little
same
flex
guy.
there.
Yeah.
With a guy named Mike. The second one ended in a sleepover over at his place.
No.
Ooh,
Another
ghost
flex.
stories.
Sleepover.
I don't know if I've ever called it a sleepover,
Yeah.
Jeff.
Well, that's what it was, an
Well,
adult
I
sleepover.
don't
And
know.
Tiffany, I feel like we've gotten close enough over the last few minutes for me to call you a nickname at this point. Is it cool if I call you T-Dog? Or
No.
should I just stick with Tiff?
No, I prefer Tiffany. My friends
Yeah.
call me Tiffany.
Oh, the full Tiffany. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
T-Dog is just insulting, almost, Jeffrey.
Yeah, you can't just have dog do it.
No.
That's how you
can't.
know that I'm cool with you if I put a dog afterwards.
Okay.
But
J-Dog,
okay.
let's move forward.
So Tiffany is confused because after having this great connection with Mike, who maybe I should call Michael to not offend her at this point, he's not
Not
calling her
M-Dog.
back. And she wants some answers. Luckily, Brooke knows exactly what went wrong. Brooke, go ahead, tell her.
Yes.
I actually have no idea.
Oh.
Yeah, why would I know? I mean,
Brooke
it
always
sounds
knows
lovely.
everything.
I know,
No.
you have the answers.
No,
Brooke,
I'm
what
actually.
are we gonna do now?
I'm bummed out for her. You know, it's a guy who
Aw.
says he's looking for a serious relationship. He makes an amazing connection with a woman.
yeah, that great time.
Yeah, totally. And then nothing.
Does that make you feel better, Tiffany? There's no reason for him to not be calling you back, but he's
It
still
should
not
make you
doing
feel
it.
better.
I guess, but not really.
Oh.
Good work.
Yeah,
You've depressed her even more.
Maybe there's a reasonable explanation.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was really lovely. It felt really easy. It felt right. I would really like to see where it goes because I don't feel that like comfort and natural feeling on
Yeah.
dates very often, you know?
Hey,
yeah.
I'm really hoping this works out for you.
Well, let's find out for sure. We're going to call him and see what he has to say.
Thank you.
All right, let's get M-Dog up on the line.
No,
Here we go.
Jeff, don't do that.
Hello.
Hey, what's up? Is this Mike?
Mm.
Yep, this is he. Who's this?
Hey, my name is Jeff, but all my friends call me J-Dog.
We don't.
Uh,
Do they really?
I'm sorry. How can I
Don't have a
help
lot of
you?
friends, so yeah.
Uh,
Hey, man. So,
I'm sorry. What's going on?
yeah, you're on a radio show right now called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Hey,
Yo,
Mike.
what up, man?
Okay. I've kind of heard of you guys.
Oh, nice.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Why am I on this show?
Well, you're on this show for a segment we do called a second date update because
Uh-huh.
you went out on a couple hot dates with one of our listeners named Tiffany.
Oh, Tiffany, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like you two had a lot of fun together.
I don't know if they were hot dates, but yeah, we went on a few dates. They were
Oh.
interesting, that's for sure.
Wait, did you say that they weren't hot?
I didn't find them to be that great. I don't know, maybe insulting, a little depressing, a little letdown. She's a nice girl and all, but
What?
Oh.
Oh.
No, that's
Didn't she stay the night at your house?
still be depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could still cry.
I don't know how much you talked to Tiffany, but
No, we did speak to her a little bit. From what we've learned, there were 2 separate dates that you guys went on.
Yeah.
One was a happy hour, and the second one was
I think dinner and then back to your place
Yeah.
or something. You watched a movie and she stayed the night.
I mean, dinner was fine. I think here's the thing. She repeatedly fell asleep during kind of serious conversation about.
No way.
What do you mean?
Well, let me give you an example. Kind of like nail in the coffin for me was I was talking about a time I almost died once. I'm like a big outdoor rec guy. I hike, I climb, I ski.
So wait. Are you sitting at dinner talking about this? Or are you back at the house, like on the couch? Where are you?
That moment was back at the couch after the dinner.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm whitewater rafting. I went the wrong way, almost about to go over a falls, and it was bad. And it's kind of the exciting, interesting part when I don't die,
Oh my gosh.
and I look over, and I thought maybe she was closing her eyes because, it's stress.
Oh no.
No, she was out like a light.
Oh,
Huh.
And I get it. We all work. Life's busy. She might have been tired, but
yeah.
she's fallen asleep on like 2 other phone calls at night when we've just been chatting, trying to get to know each other.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Is she-
jeez.
Kind of jealous she could do that.
Maybe I bore her. I don't know. My life's boring to her, or she just likes to hear herself. Or
Can I ask, was she
Oh, no.
drunk during all of these times that she fell asleep?
no, not drunk at all. Absolutely not.
Okay.
Huh.
And I'm wide awake for her stories, and she's telling hers, and then she zonks out. I mean, I don't.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
no.
interesting because when we talked to her, Tiffany didn't mention anything about falling asleep. Probably because she didn't remember falling asleep.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That
I
is-
can see during the movie because some people you turn a movie on and
Yeah,
they're instantly
for
out,
sure.
but the phone conversation.
I mean, I could go
I
to
can see over
sleep
the
right
phone,
now.
too.
but-
Yeah. And maybe
I
it's
get that.
it's a good idea to bring Tiffany on the line right now before she falls asleep, just listening to this. Because I need to tell you, Mike, she's been on the other line this entire time.
Wait, what do you mean? She's on the line now, like listening to our conversation?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how this segment works. We have them waiting to jump in. Tiffany,
Yeah. Oh dear.
are you awake?
Yes, I'm awake.
Oh, okay. There was a moment there.
Wait,
Got
you sound
nervous.
mad.
Yeah, I'm frustrated because
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, Tiffany,
I mean, I remember you telling me about the story that you died or whatever. Like, I remember that.
Yeah, but every time I was talking about important things in my life that weren't boring and were interesting and full of climax, you were not there. You were sleeping. You were snoozing off.
Maybe your life isn't as interesting as you think it is, Mike, and you need to have more crazy experiences to hold her
I
attention.
mean, I guess that's the message, but I'm looking for like long-term love and marriage and a
Oh,
partnership.
wait, though.
I don't want someone who falls asleep.
Yeah, can
Listen,
you imagine
Mike,
the middle of the wedding? Like, do you take this man? And she's like,
How long are his
No.
stories? Like, let's be real.
I mean, you guys, it doesn't matter if we think they're boring or not, because Tiffany said to us, Mike, like when you were on the phone, how amazing you were and how interesting you were and how connected she felt to you.
Yeah, I mean, I just felt very at ease and comfortable. And I guess, it was a Thursday. It was the end of the week. I was at peace, and I just dozed off a little bit. Like, it's not an insult.
God, it sounds like he has such a nice couch.
I know.
Mike,
Just
you're
like
the,
his voice.
yeah, you're the human version of a sleeping pill. That's kind of a nice thing to say.
I mean, I get being comfortable around me, but I'm just not into that. Sorry.
But you say that you're looking for long-term relationships in marriage. That's kind of what happens when you get married. You kind of just start to tune each other out and fall asleep in the middle of conversations. Am I right, Brooke?
I don't know if that's
But not at the beginning. Not at the beginning, hopefully.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
so you
hook
don't,
him before
you don't want your
bore him.
marriage to last that long, apparently.
And the next morning, she's kind of sheepishly like, I fell asleep. So like, can you finish the story? And it's just like,
Oh, wait, what?
that's even more off-putting to me.
Oh, man.
I
she
thought
really
you guys
missed
like
it.
had a night together.
I never said that. I just said I spent the night there.
Oh,
No, we haven't done
sorry.
that yet.
So wait,
You're
you
talking to a bunch of
slept-
perverts over here that we we just
God.
It's a
assume.
performance at
But who
one
would
point.
assume that she fell asleep in the middle of the story and
On
just
the couch and just stayed the night.
I mean, what do you want? Like, we made out. It was like
Good.
my first time going over there. I'm not.
Yeah, Brooke,
that's
Brooke was doing that in
okay.
first grade. It doesn't impress her.
it's hard to think of like making out and then getting so tired immediately after that you're like, oh God,
And then
I'm
you
done.
go home.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think we're kind of
Wow.
losing the point of
Huh.
the problem here, which is her falling asleep while he's trying to talk to her.
Yeah. Tiffany, I really don't think you're as into me as you say you are. Because like, if you were, you wouldn't be falling asleep.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. I would at least have a better vibe about if you fell asleep once or something. But so many times during, I don't know.
I mean, I can't convince you that I had a good time. Like, I've told you I like you. I thought it was natural. I can't convince you of that if you've decided that you bore me, you know?
The fact that she reached out to a radio station to get in touch with you is a pretty good hint that she has feelings, some
Yeah,
sort of feelings.
But also fell asleep 3 times. Like, actions
But not
speak louder
today.
than words.
She didn't
Yeah,
fall
not
asleep
yet.
today.
Alexis is right. Not yet.
I know, but those feelings aren't mutual.
Oh,
Oh, really?
No.
that was to the
Nah.
point.
You don't even want to give her at least a chance to stay awake for an entire date. We'll send you out at noon to really, and we'll pump her full of 7 Red Bulls right
Ooh,
before.
to a coffee shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that wouldn't do it either. Sorry, guys.
Well, I'm sorry. It sounds like, Tiffany, we're not going to be able to get you out another time with
man.
Mike.
You know, though, I mean, I'm not hitting on him or anything, Jeff, but I got 2 kids that will not go to sleep. So if he wants to pop by my house anytime.
Oh. And Mike, if you want to babysit, we only need you for like 30 minutes and then you can leave.
Yeah, and you'll probably get further with her than with Tiffany.
Yeah. We do a lot of dating segments on this show, trying to help out single people.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
dating with kids, that's a whole different beast.
Yeah, we
Oh,
don't
it's a
cover
different layer.
that very often.
I know.
Mhm.
Brooke's been trying it out on the side for months, and she has never seemed more tired in my entire life.
Is that why you're like this right
Oh,
now?
That
poor
is not
Brooke.
true. I am dating my husband, and that is it.
Among
Explains.
others. But
Okay.
seriously, one of our listeners says he is a single dad and he's proud of it.
Yeah.
Proud of being a dad.
Good. I like that.
Unfortunately, that could also have been his downfall and the reason he's not getting a call back. And even he admits that it was a mistake what happened.
Oh, no.
You're going to hear it in your second date update, Zaddy edition, coming up next.
People, let me tell you about my best friend.
Yes.
Don't talk.
Oh.
There's a message here.
Turn it up. It's
People, let me tell you about my best.
Can you just tell us the message?
My best friend?
Yeah.
What is this?
You're not getting
Quality
this?
is so bad.
It's a jam, first of all.
Why are you playing it from a record?
And I'm playing this old school song because we got a very special caller on the phone for a second date update. He's a proud single dad on the hunt for romance.
What does that have to do with
Okay.
the song?
This song is about the kid's best friend, his dad.
Oh, I thought it was about a dog.
Oh.
No, oh my God.
Man's best friend.
I thought it was just two
That's
besties.
cuter.
Way to kill like the vibe of the segment before we even started because
I never-
we got the single dad on the line right
cute.
now hoping to get
Okay.
a second date. His name is Gig.
Oh.
Sorry, is that right?
Yeah, it's Gig.
All right,
Gig.
Okay.
That's a
Fun.
unique name.
Had you heard that song before, Gig?
Man, I have.
It's his ringtone.
Oh.
Gig, welcome to the daycare of love. Tell us about your dating life, bro.
Good description.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for having me. First off, man, this is a good time, man.
All
Right.
right.
You got good vibes. That's sweet, Gig.
Awesome. Thank you.
What's going on? Did you meet somebody you liked?
Gosh, okay, let me tell you about it. Okay, so
People, let me tell you about my story. Sorry, you started it, Jeff.
Who'd you meet recently?
I met Gabriella. I met her online.
Okay.
Oh, nice name.
What initially attracted you to her?
So I have 2 kids, right? Okay, and I'm a single
Awesome.
dad. I got 50-50 custody with them, but let me tell you, I'm a fun dad. You know, I like to do fun things with them. You know what
Okay.
I mean? Like
Cool.
all the cool stuff.
Happy hour.
Yeah.
Cool dad.
No, I bet you just like take them out to do actual activities and stuff that they like, right?
Yes, exactly. And so when
Okay.
I went out with Gabriella, right? I'm not a huge romantic dinner type of guy.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
So I booked 2 tickets to the Children's Museum for our date.
The Children's Museum?
Kids Museum.
Wait, did you bring your kids with you on the first
No,
date?
no. I'm just kidding.
Oh, good.
Oh!
I'm glad.
I was like, bro, what if she?
I was
not into
curious. I'm
that
like, do we have to
stuff?
pretend that's fun?
I could have told you why she's not calling you
Oh
back
my
if that was the
God.
case.
I think all of our expressions changed at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, ooh.
Gig.
Okay, well,
Good
where-
one.
You're funny, man. Where did you
Yeah.
really go with Gabriella?
So we went to dinner and we did go-karts.
Oh, that's
Okay.
fun.
Okay, that's a better tone.
Yeah. You know, we went to the outdoor track, and because I've been there with my kids many times before, and let me tell you, it is a blast.
Yeah, it's super fun. Did you go to those ones where you actually have to like wear a jumpsuit?
Oh, and like the helmets
Yeah,
and stuff?
yeah, yeah.
The
Yes.
intense ones?
It was yes. Oh, okay. Let me tell you this.
Oh, those are legit.
Yeah, this guy, he legitimately rolled out of his car. The ambulance came,
Wait, what?
and it was it was a whole deal, guys. I'm telling you.
Why are you
Oh,
laughing?
My gosh. Well,
Like
obviously he's
casual.
okay, right?
Someone was severely injured while you were there?
Yeah, I mean, but he was good. He was good. They
Okay.
came and they picked him up. He gave us a thumbs up from afar. He was like,
Wow.
"Yeah, you good."
It's a
It was-
broken
wow.
thumb, but
Okay.
it was a thumbs up.
It's like you're actually at a
Couldn't move
NASCAR
it.
race. Yeah.
Yeah,
Was that a moment between you two?
Yeah.
yeah. So after that, after they cleared up that little scene, we finished our laps and we high fived and we hugged, we jumped, we cheered. We went across
cute.
the street, we grabbed some food. It was cool, man. The thing is, though, the thing that I worry about most, that's like it's keeping me up at night,
Yeah.
is that I don't think I asked her enough questions.
Oh, you didn't?
You talked too much during the
I
day.
can see that.
That's what I think it is, because during the day we felt the connection,
Yeah.
It was such a strong connection that I wanted to share about my kids.
Oh, so you talked about your children a lot. Is she
Oh.
is she a mom?
She's not. No, she is not a mom. She does not
Okay.
have any kids. But, she did say that she's open to the idea of dating someone with kids.
Okay.
Okay.
So we did get into that a little bit.
Okay.
All right. Well, I mean, I could see that regret, and you're a high energy guy, and you're at a higher energy place. Like you're probably just amped up.
You
Yeah,
just
and-
nearly witnessed somebody die, like right in front of you. So you're just trying to fill the awkwardness.
When you guys went to dinner, were you able to connect there?
Yeah, we did. We talked quite a bit, actually. But, I wish I would have got to know her a little bit more.
Okay.
Oh.
You have a whole lifetime to get to know them if this ends up working out. So I
There you
wouldn't
go.
beat yourself up about it too much.
Your
Yeah.
kid's future
you
mama.
go.
You're gonna have a lot of time.
Yeah. So tell us about how the date ended.
We drove separate, right? And
Yeah.
I walked her to her car, and we sat there for a moment, and I honestly thought she was going to kiss me on the lips. I thought I was going to close the deal right there.
Wow.
Really?
Yes,
Oh,
man,
dude.
I'm telling you, it was something.
You
I
can
can-
feel it, right?
I
when
can
they
Yeah.
tell
say
you're
that.
around kids a lot because you even say it like a kid. Like, dude, a kiss. Like, on the lips.
A
Yeah.
mouth
Like
kiss?
a real kiss.
Wow.
Well,
So grown up.
if you were if you were feeling it, how come you didn't go in for a kiss?
Oh, man, because I wanted her to do the first move.
Okay.
You know what I
There
mean?
you go, King. I like that.
You know what I mean? You know what I
Well,
mean?
it probably didn't happen then.
Yeah.
So not really a king. It's kind of lame. But yeah.
What did happen?
I'm sad to say she kissed me on the cheek. There's a little bit peck on the
Okay.
cheek.
That's
Uh,
okay.
I've never heard this before, but is it possible to be a bad cheek kisser? Like, could your cheek
I
have
think
Not
been a
enough
bad
tongue?
texture?
She kissed him.
That's
on
what I'm
the
saying.
cheek.
Maybe his cheek
Too
was
oily
just
or something.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I did come from the racetrack, so, could have been dirty. I don't know.
Oh.
Okay.
She kisses you and
Dirty.
it's like,
Well, we're going to find out for sure. Let's come back. We'll call Gabriella, and we're going to ask her why she doesn't want to go out with an awesome single dad named Gig.
I'm enjoying your energy, Gabe. I am.
Yeah.
It's,
I mean,
it's
gig.
gig.
Brooke.
She's
Gig.
enjoying you, not listening to a word you say.
Not
Gig.
enjoying him that much.
Sorry.
We're going to come back,
My bad.
refocus.
Whatever, Fig.
Dude.
Talk to you
We'll
soon.
do your second date update right after this. We've been talking to a single
are
dad
you
named
doing?
Gig. G-I-G.
I love the music intros this
It's
one.
not a daycare, Jeffrey.
Well, I'm just playing the music that Gig would feel most comfortable hearing in his daily life.
he went on an adult date.
Clap
Well, that's
your
the thing.
hands.
He's not getting a call back.
Sorry, I was singing in my head.
See, everybody can relate.
It is a little distracting.
He's not getting a call back from his date, Gabriella, because they did a racetrack, a restaurant, ended with some hot cheek kissing action. And you could just tell from talking to him a little bit that he's a good guy.
Yeah. He's a fun guy.
He's
Like
got a
he
good
says.
heart.
He's
And
a fun dad.
I also want to say the other reason I'm personally pulling for you, Gig, is that he told us early on in the call he felt like he didn't ask his date, Gabriella, enough questions about herself.
Mhm.
I think that takes a lot to admit that, especially from a guy
I think-
holding himself accountable for his own words.
It's mature.
I think even recognizing it is.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the
So,
They-
did you forget his name again? It's Gig.
I think
G-I-G.
I think Gig would love I think Gabriella would love it.
Oh,
See,
no, her name.
too
oh
many
my
G's.
it's a lot of G's, but
Okay.
Gig, you know what I'm saying? Like
Of course, for sure.
Yeah, and maybe she didn't feel that way. Maybe she didn't notice. But maybe there's something else terribly that went wrong and you don't know.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. I'm just, that happens a lot on these, so I'm just trying to set him up.
See, the more Brooke
He's a
talks,
positive guy.
There's no way we're going to find out he's some awful, horrible person.
No, I
by
just
the end
like
of
to,
this.
set people up for the worst, hope for the best.
what we really need right now is some BGE.
What's
Big
that?
gig energy.
Ooh, I like
Ooh,
it.
okay.
All right.
Yeah. Big Gig knows what that's about. Let's call Gabriella, see what she has to say. Here we go.
Hello?
Hey, I'm looking for Gabriella.
Yeah, who's this?
Hey, my name is Jeff from a radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning that you're on right now with the entire Brooke and Jeffrey crew.
Hi.
Okay. Hi.
Hey.
All right, it's kind of fun, right?
Yeah. We have something fun that we want to talk to you about. A date that you went on the other night with a guy named Gig.
Did you already talk to him or?
I'm glad she didn't say which one.
Yeah. There's only one Gig
Yeah.
that we know
Of
of.
course.
And we did talk to him a little bit, heard about your guys' hangout. He's reaching out to us right now to do, this is called a second date update, because we're trying to help him figure out if anything went wrong that day.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there was a reason.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, I mean,
okay.
just, can you tell us overall, like, what did you think of Gig?
I mean, the date was fine, especially in the beginning. Like, he has a lot of energy. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but it's like
Yeah.
it's a little intense.
Was it too much for you? I know that sometimes when people can't turn it off, that it can actually
Yeah.
become exhausting at some points.
Us energetic boys can
Yeah.
be overwhelming.
Yeah.
Even to ourselves.
Yeah.
He was very positive when we talked to him.
Mm-hmm.
Just-
Definitely positive.
Okay.
And I think it's wonderful that he loves being a father. I do not have children, but I'm open to dating people with children. I respect it, all of it, but it was a lot. We spoke about them the majority of our conversation.
Okay.
Okay. Was
Have you-
it too much for you then?
What happened was too much for me.
Oh, there was an incident?
Yes. So I went to the bathroom, and when I came back, he was just like, 2 people want to meet you. And I was like, what? And so he pulled out his cell phone, and his 2 sons are on FaceTime. And he's like, meet my kids.
Oh. Okay. Well, we did not know that there was a FaceTime call with his children.
Did that happen? Where were you guys when that happened?
In the restaurant.
Oh, that's
That's a
intense.
lot.
With no warning.
No warning. And also, how many dates do you do this on? This was our first date.
Okay,
Well,
but what if the
okay.
kids called? They happened to be on the phone, and he didn't
walked up.
say meet my date, meet the lady I'm gonna take home tonight,
Yeah,
right?
meet your future mommy.
He said, meet my girlfriend or something. I couldn't remember what he said, but I was
Oh.
Or
like,
meet my friend.
Are you sure it wasn't meet my friend? And you just
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. But it doesn't matter. If his kids called during dinner, that is fine. You want to step outside, you want to talk to your children, that's fine.
I mean, what were you saying to his kids during the FaceTime call?
Yeah, how did that go?
I didn't know what to say, so I just was like, "Hi, it's nice to meet you." And I don't want to be mean to children, but I was.
So
You never want to hear the phrase, I don't want to be mean to children, but.
Wait, how long were you on FaceTime with the kids?
I mean, I made it short and sweet, and I was hoping he'd kind of get the hint, but eventually I was like, okay, I'm going to eat.
Huh.
So it wasn't the amount of time you spent on the phone with the kids. It was just the fact that he kind of sprung the kids on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and also, it is our first date. Is that something he
Yeah.
often does? I would never do that.
See,
I
I,
know
didn't even
you're-
think of that.
I know you're not a big fan of having things sprung on you all of a sudden, but
Uh-oh.
unfortunately, I
wish
need
the
to
kids
tell
were
you.
on the phone.
Yeah, it's not the kids.
Stop it.
Gig
Jose.
actually is on the other line right now.
Seriously, though.
What's up, Gabriella? Hey, honestly, I don't see what the big deal is. You know what I mean? I introduce my kids to my dates. I mean, that's part of my life.
You always do that?
Oh.
Is that what you're saying, Gabe? Or Gig? God, it's so
Wow.
hard for
Stop
me.
it.
Well, it's just like
Show some respect
Gabriella
to our
and
guests.
Gig.
Can you at least write it
Yeah,
down or
write
together?
it
something?
down. They're
Okay.
two totally different names.
Sorry, Gig. Is
Yes.
this something you do every time?
You know, I'm not ashamed to say I do it every single date.
Oh, so
nice.
wait,
you think
do you do that
that's-
on purpose, like to gauge their
That doesn't seem.
view of the date?
I just think it's a little ridiculous to have to wait 6-7 months to meet the woman that I'm dating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're
I
involved
think
in my
that
life.
there's probably some healthy things in there that you may want to talk to like a family therapist to find some.
Can you not recommend
Yeah.
therapy to
Wow.
every single listener that comes to our show? It's a little insulting.
What are you saying?
Gig, we apologize. I think you're fine and you don't need any therapy. You're a great dad. Keep talking to Gabriella.
Gabrielle, listen. Look, I didn't even tell you this, but since I got you on the phone, they both really like you.
Oh.
They rated you a 7.5.
Wait, you have
Wait,
a rating?
what?
Like a family rating system of daddy's dates?
Gabriella, that's huge. That's
Okay,
huge. They hardly ever do that.
Do I have to?
That's the highest rating in a while.
Wow.
I really don't want to talk about what I'm rated. I really don't.
I
I don't know. I don't know if that's healthy
And it's-
behavior.
I mean, it's not what Gig is rating you. That's what his kids are rating you.
No, we got that. It doesn't make
that
Well,
makes
I'm just saying, don't hold it against Gig what his kids think.
Like, what's the scale? Like, they're rating it a hotness, or is this like a...
Maybe we,
Don't-
maybe we
just
shouldn't
don't
break it
ask.
down.
I don't want to know. They're children. They shouldn't be rating people. Like, I don't like Gig. You sound like a really positive guy, but maybe that's something you take out of your.
repertoire?
Yeah.
You know what? That might be some fair advice for once from Brooke.
Imagine the other dates like, Dad, she's a fwee. I don't like her. Boo.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, but I think overall, Gabriella, what he's trying to say, they
even got the
really
0.5.
like you. He's just trying to
Oh my
involve you in
gosh.
his life because that's the type of fun guy that he is.
Oh God.
And he's really close.
Speaking of liking you, my 5-year-old son, Eli.
5?
They're little.
5-year-old son, he made you an ashtray at school.
Oh.
Isn't that amazing?
An ashtray?
Does he look like a smoker? On the,
What?
on the thing side?
Is this a joke?
What school is he going to?
It's a little clay pot. You can use it as a candy dish if you're not.
God,
That's
God,
better.
It's
You
just
should have
also
said
like a
that.
ceramic bowl.
Let's call it that to him as well.
I mean-
okay, to the 5-year-old.
I feel a lot of positive vibes, at least coming from our side and from
God.
Gig's side. We just need a yes from Gabriella now to
I
go
think
out on a
she's been
second
very-
date. A date that
Come on,
we would
Gabriella.
pay for.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Come on, Chuck E. Cheese date with the
Man.
kids.
Yeah.
Gig, I'm sorry, man. Like, I know there's definitely a match out there for you. It's just not Gabriella.
Okay. And also like maybe like
No,
I
Brooke,
don't
no,
know.
enough. We've got enough
I just think that,
tidbits.
like, you just want to get rid of the rating system and the ashtrays, Jeffrey.
Okay.
It shouldn't be part of
I
childhood.
get what's going on. Gig, can you have your kids go online and rate Brooke?
Oh,
She wants to know what they think of her.
Let's go on a date. Let's go on a date.
Wow, she loves you.
Brooke, you can bring your
No.
kids. He brings his kids.
No.
I'll babysit.
No.
In dating,
Mm-hmm.
you need to have a strategy.
Okay.
Because some guys will just rely on natural charisma and charm.
Doesn't work.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
In your case, maybe.
In my
Yeah.
case, yeah, sorry.
Others will lean more on money and letting their bank statement fall out at some point. Like,
No complaints there.
oh,
Also
did you
doesn't
drop
work.
your napkin? Here's the receipt for my checking account.
Yeah.
It's really, really big, so you can soak up all that Dijon.
why do I picture a receipt like you get it right in the drugstore? It's really long.
CVS receipt.
Yeah.
But one of our listeners doesn't rely on any of those things. He's got
Oh.
something else that he keeps right in his pocket to guarantee things go just right.
Oh.
He even let her hold it.
Wait.
Oh.
Wow.
And
Jeffrey.
she almost took it home with her that night.
Wait, you
It's
can take it?
detachable.
Yeah.
You're going to find out what it is when we do your second date update right after this. You know, 97% of my expert dating knowledge comes from watching old Ryan Reynolds movies.
It explains a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in the
Okay.
holiday classic Just Friends,
Oh God.
Ryan Reynolds makes it very, very clear if you want to make things happen with a woman, never, ever schedule a day date. Because it's a
He's not-
one-way one-way ticket to the friend zone.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't think he's wrong.
See? Smart
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
comes out of those films. And one of our listeners, Nash, clearly has not seen that movie. Because apparently he did a date in broad daylight. So let's talk to him. Nash, I'm going to just ask the obvious question. Why do you hate Ryan Reynolds?
I love Ryan Reynolds.
I don't
you
believe
just
it.
don't take his advice,
I
do
don't
you?
believe it either. Wow, Nash.
I'm just kidding around with you, man. Tell us about the girl that you went out with. What's her name?
Her name is Ember.
Oh, Ember. That's a cool
Ember.
name.
Wow.
Okay. Did you guys meet on an app?
Yep, we met on an app, and we had a few things in common, and I asked her out relatively quickly.
Oh, you did?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
made you want to do a daytime date with Ember?
Well, now, see, that was her idea. Usually I
Oh.
prefer going out at night, but
Yeah.
Well,
I
if
can
she
see-
suggests it, you
Yeah.
can't say, no, it has to be a night date. It's
You
like, yeah, whatever.
absolutely
Right.
can say no and be
No.
like, I deserve better than that.
It's whatever
Well, it depends what you're
comfortable with.
doing, too.
Yeah.
I guess that's
I
good.
also can see, like, if you haven't talked a lot online, like, there's not a lot of trust there. So a daytime
Yeah.
date feels probably safer.
Don't want to waste
her.
a Saturday night on a guy.
Or that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
true.
What'd you guys do?
so we actually met at a cool little diner, and, we had lunch there, and he was super friendly and cute, and everything was going great. And then when we're going to the diner, I did something, and she kind of made a comment on it. So
Oh.
there's like this big crack in the doorway, and so I kind of like did a little hop, skip, and a jump to get over the crack.
Oh, you didn't touch the
Oh,
crack.
on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, because of, like, superstition?
Yeah.
I low-key do the same still, bro. Don't worry.
Oh.
Oh.
It's
My
scar-
kids
it's
are
burned in the
Why
memory.
does a man hopping on one foot give me the ick a little? Just like jumping.
Were you hopping on just one foot,
Yeah, was
like
it a one-foot
hopscotch
hop?
style?
No, I kind of just gave it a little nice one little skip.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
It was an athletic, manly skip. We should
Yeah.
describe it. Thank you.
But that actually sparked a conversation where it wasn't just kind of the awkward interview phase of the date. So
Mm.
I actually had
Go.
my lucky coin I have
Oh,
that
you.
was in my pocket. So I pulled that out and showed it to her.
Okay, so you're pretty deep into the superstition stuff?
No, I wouldn't say that. Like, I
Okay.
have my lucky coin. I think it's just good luck. I've had it forever.
All right.
It's just kind of like a novelty two-headed coin. And
Okay,
That's funny. It's two-headed.
Yeah, I bet you won't kiss me by the end of this date. Heads.
yeah, I wish I would have thought of that.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's where I thought you were going.
Yeah.
What did you do? What did you say?
Well, I didn't say too much, but what she told me is she said maybe we should leave it as a tip so she doesn't have to see the coin again.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
Burn.
That's aggressive.
That's kind of mean.
My God.
Oh.
She's like, can you burn a coin?
Was she laughing when she said that?
Yeah, of course. She was. We were
Okay.
both joking and laughing about it. Like, it was,
Good. Okay.
All right.
And what was a highlight for you?
it was just a lot of fun. Like, I wouldn't say there was one thing that made the date great, but we
Uh-huh.
just pretty much laughed the whole time, and it was a good time. Like, it wasn't like one of those awkward
Aw.
first dates. At least that's how I felt. So,
It's a good vibe.
so yeah, it was just overall, good vibes.
What?
That's awesome.
What, Jeff?
Uh-oh.
Ryan Reynolds would have looked at this date
no.
and shook his head like, nope, in the friend zone, bud.
Yeah.
Actually, I would be lucky to be in the friend zone right now because I've been trying to contact her and she's not even messaging me back
Oh.
right now. So yeah.
What?
Ooh.
So you're in the no zone, is what you are.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty hard. Why would she not be talking to you at all? I mean, how did that date end?
The date end, I just pretty much walked into a car and said goodbye. But one thing that happened was, like I said, I gave her the coin, so she could have good luck.
Oh,
and
you
then,
gave
you
it to
gave
her?
it to her.
That's actually
Yeah.
really cute.
Well, see, that's the thing is I didn't give it to her to keep. I was just like, like how I said we were joking about it. And so she had the quarter. And then I didn't even think about it when I was saying goodbye. And then about an hour later, I messaged her and said, oh, sorry, I forgot about my coin. You'll have to give that back to me on our next date, and
Oh.
Smooth, kinda.
Yeah.
It kind of
smooth,
feels
but
like-
also a little cheap.
Yeah.
Like, I want my
Yeah.
quarter back, please.
Can't get another two-headed.
There's
Yeah.
no value. It's two-headed.
Well, still, I mean, it's not a
Okay.
good look to ask for change.
Wait, did she not respond to that?
she responded, but it took a really long time. Like, I think it was like the next day or so, actually. And she was like, can I mail it to you?
Oh.
Oh, no.
That's cold.
The stamp probably costs more than the coin.
I know.
Yeah. Jeez. God.
Wow.
What did you say
Yikes.
to that?
So then I think it was like 2 days later.
Oh my God.
She's like, I brought your coin to the diner and left it with some guy named Hale.
Oh, I think
Oh
you
my
may need a
God.
new lucky
Yeah.
quarter. It doesn't sound very lucky.
Or she's spreading the luck out into the world.
Maybe while she had the lucky coin, she met another amazing guy and it worked for her. So now she's done with the luck.
Oh,
Oh, no, I hope not.
no.
Okay. But did you get your coin back from the guy at the diner?
The real question.
You're gonna
Yeah.
hunt it down.
Yeah, I got the coin back, but
Okay.
it was just really weird because obviously she doesn't want to see me and she went out of her way.
To
you know,
avoid you?
Yeah, she still completely avoided me, and I thought we had a great first date. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeff, we should call her posing as a coin collection agency.
Yeah.
And really make her feel bad about
Maybe
this.
that's one
I don't
option.
think she was into that.
I think we just call her as us.
Tell her it was
Yeah.
worth $1 million.
I do think you should get your lucky coin out though right now for this. Like
Yeah,
rub it,
let's do
kiss
that.
it, tuck it underneath whatever part it needs to be
Whoa,
tucked
wait.
under. So
Give
that
it a Ryan
we
Reynolds
need all
romantic kiss.
we need all the luck we can get when we call her and try and get your second date update right after this.
all right, appreciate it.
All right, hold on. We've been poking fun at our listener, Nash, who says he's not that superstitious, but he did jump over a crack on the floor before his date started and carries around a lucky two-headed quarter.
Is that why you're
Yes.
playing Get Lucky right now?
Brooke did the
Yeah.
math. Good job, Brooke.
nice.
She figured it out. But that two-headed quarter did become a focal point of their entire lunch.
Yeah.
So he even let her hold on to it for a little bit of luck. You know, he forgot that she had it, didn't even get it back till days later when she left it with an employee at the diner where they ate.
I wonder if that's why she's not calling him back, though.
What?
Why?
Like, she thought it was a gift because I thought he was gifting it to her, too. And then when he asked for it back, she's like, that's rude. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I thought he was just being slick.
Nash,
you know?
did you make it clear to her that you were just letting her borrow it, or how did that go?
Oh, for sure. Like I told her like how long I've had the coin and stuff. Like there's no way she could have thought like I was gifting. At least I hope not. Like I say that, but as I'm sitting here thinking about it, maybe that could be it.
Yeah.
Maybe you weren't
Okay.
clear.
Yeah, maybe it could come down to a simple misunderstanding. But if we're going to get you another date here, Jose, I need you to reach over real quick and rub Brooke's lucky rabbit's foot.
Oh, dude, it's like a real rabbit's foot, though. Like most rabbit's feet are fake.
Is that a rabbit's foot?
Oh, wait a minute.
It's
Ew,
just fuzzy?
Brooke, what is
Oh,
that,
God.
Brooke?
You know what? Let's just move on.
I think
Sorry
that's for
about that.
lunch.
Sorry. Squirrel. Actually, it's squirrel.
Ew. Okay, forget it. Let's just call Ember.
Okay, thanks so much, guys. Good luck with her.
Oh,
Here we
and
go.
good luck to you, Mr. Luck.
Okay, we don't want to
enough.
spread the luck
Wow,
too
yeah.
thin. Let's just do this.
Hello?
Hey, is this Ember?
Yes. Who's this?
You don't have to be afraid of us. We're nice people, mostly.
We don't mind, except Brooke.
We're a radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Okay. Sorry, I don't
That's
I
okay.
don't know I don't know it.
You don't need to know the show. That's fine.
But you know somebody who's a friend of the show that you went on a date with recently named Nash.
Ugh. No,
Sorry, do you have something in your throat there for a second?
I don't even want to think about that date.
Really?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
It was that bad?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, no.
Look, that's okay. The reason that we're calling you is because we're doing something called a second date update, and we're trying to help out Nash, who's really confused about why you guys aren't meeting up for a second time.
I mean, I could see he sounds like kind of a nervous guy. Maybe he was just really nervous on your date.
Mhm.
It wasn't like during the date. It was really like the situation happened at the end, and I honestly I don't think he wants me to say it.
Okay.
Oh, no, he stepped on a
Really?
crack and his mom's like really
Sick.
No, no.
Oh, no. She's
Oh
Well,
my god.
you should know, Ember, the way that these things work is our listener agrees ahead of time that they're willing to hear whatever it is the other person is going to say about them, even if it's really embarrassing or awkward.
Yeah. He listens to the show. He knows that people can be brutally honest. So I think
That's kind of the point.
he's prepared.
Totally.
I mean, I don't even know what he told you.
Okay.
Okay.
So-
Quick rundown of it is you guys met online. You ended up going out for a lunch date. There was some superstition talk involving cracks on the floor and a coin that he has that's really lucky, that's
Yeah.
two-headed.
Okay.
He said you guys laughed a lot during the date. Like,
I mean, like I said, it wasn't during the date. It was like the end. But since you guys already brought up the coin, I
Right.
guess.
We heard there was some confusion that you took the coin with you, and
Okay. So he hugged me goodbye.
Yeah.
I went to my car, and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
oh, I still have the coin. Like,
Oh.
it meant so much to him. Like, I felt like I had to get it back to him immediately. So
Okay.
okay.
So you knew that it wasn't a gift.
No, like, I knew it meant something to him. He kept talking about it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, well that's
So that was
good.
an accident.
Of course. But, like, I get out of the car,
Mm-hmm.
and I see he's up ahead of me, but he wasn't in his car yet. So I was trying to, like, get to him before he got in his car.
Okay.
I get to the backside window,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and as I'm about to, like, tap it, I see him, and his pants are down,
Oh.
like, all the way down.
Oh, wow.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. And
Oh
at
my
that point, I was like, okay, I need to get the heck out of here.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
But I feel like I avoided, like, the biggest creep in the world. So, like, that's why
man.
I left the coin at a diner, and, like, I don't know what he was doing. I don't want to know.
Okay.
I'm just like,
I
no.
we had
no.
not heard this part of the story. I don't think Nash even knew you were there.
No way he
No.
knew, or he would have said, "Oh, by the way, you caught me with
I
my
mean-
freaking pants down in my car."
I don't know if that makes it better or not. Like, but I don't know what the reason could be.
What's the
Well-
first reason that comes to your head?
I can't
Brooke?
say that one out loud.
Okay.
But the
What's the second and third reason?
The second reason is I've changed pants in the car before
Same.
because,
I
like,
too.
Yeah, but he wasn't, like, moving that much. That's the thing. Like,
See,
well, that's
All
a
right.
good sign. That's a good
Yeah.
sign.
If you take the car, you go quick on your pants. Though.
You know what? There's two sides to every story
sitting
here,
there.
and this is your side, Ember. We should probably get Nash's version of the story because he is on the other
Sorry.
line right now and wanting to talk to you.
are you joking?
No.
Unfortunately, no, he's there.
He-
I think.
Oh,
Nash?
Oh, my God.
Hey, Ember.
Nash, Nash, are you clothed from the waist down?
Or the top up. Like, either one. Do you have all your clothes on, Nash?
I just want to say she's right. I didn't know that she was
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Okay, thanks for that.
That
What-
does not help your case.
Nash, we're waiting for your explanation of what happened.
Please.
God.
A good time to say something.
Well,
Okay. He's thinking
I think
real
that
hard.
awkward cough says it
No,
all.
you don't even, like, have an excuse.
Wait, so
well,
All right, Nash, you're gonna have to use your voice here.
You
Okay.
can't see you.
Just put away
on?
whatever you're playing with.
no, I don't know. Ember, would you believe me if I told you that, I thought I had my coin on me and I started looking through my pants to find it?
Oh,
No,
like it
I
fell through a
wouldn't.
hole in his pocket.
you took your pants completely off to find a coin? Is that what you're going with, dude?
Well, what else am I supposed to say? I honestly don't know what I'm supposed to say here right now.
I mean, that's
Well-
true. Even if it is the
Well,
bad
what
thing, what is he going to
happened?
say?
Yeah, you're not supposed to say anything. Just tell us the truth. Did
Yeah.
you really think you lost your coin?
Yep, I thought I lost my coin.
He's lying. Oh,
He
Nash,
didn't.
dude. Why could you not wait till you got home or something?
Just immediately, bro.
It was a good first date.
Oh, it was a bad one, bro.
Hold on. Maybe it's another superstition thing where you take your pants off after a good first date. It guarantees a second.
I want to stand up for
Is
you,
that what happened,
but-
Nash?
It was midday.
No, actually, I remember what it was. I had some chili fries at the diner on
no.
during our date, and I think I totally forget now, but now it's coming back to me. Maybe I had some. I think I had some chili on my pants.
I think.
Yeah, take those off immediately.
This guy is so creepy.
Yeah, I think you
Okay.
owe her an apology, and I hope, maybe a lesson here.
Yeah, Ember, I'm so sorry. Like I said, I didn't know you were there, and I get the awkwardness of it for sure. And I do appreciate you making sure at least I got my coin back and stuff
Oh,
like that. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you're very,
Like-
very welcome for the call.
I'm not trying to be
No,
creepy or
please.
anything. Like,
Oh, you
it
are.
sounds like
but the
you-
thing is, you don't have to try. Like, you're just very creepy. You don't even.
Okay.
You have no remorse. Like, you don't even care that, like, you were literally caught with your pants down.
Ooh.
okay, well, can I ask you this? If you didn't remember you had the coin and you didn't come back to the car, would we have gone on a second date?
Oh.
That's a good point. He might not seem super remorseful, like you said, but I think that's just because it's a super awkward situation for everybody, and he's probably really embarrassed. So,
Yeah.
would you be maybe willing to start over?
No, thank you.
I don't think we should
I don't think you
offer.
can recover from that.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
man, you can't be doing that in the daylight in your
No.
car.
We'd have no proof of what he did or didn't do.
He literally admitted to it.
He admitted to chili fries being
Oh,
on his
God.
pants.
Yes.
If you're that gullible,
It was his fourth story, and I believe his fourth story. Fourth time is always the
Oh,
truth. That's what they
man.
say
Yeah,
in
he's
court.
superstitious.
Yeah.
You got to say the fourth story is the true story.
all
So,
right.
I guess I'm just gonna give up trying. Nash, man,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, dude.
You don't want to
Yeah.
go out with a
Not
girl who
sorry,
doesn't like
though.
chili.
It's like from one guy who doesn't like to wear pants to another guy.
yeah, full circle,
I mean,
full moon.
Nash, look, just to be cool, you and I can hang out. Go to a diner, all right?
Eat some chili.
Yeah, we'll eat some chili.
See
We'll
what
go to the
happens.
car, and you know.
You guys thought I was the creepy one. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to bond with
Yeah.
you, man. All right. If there was a Guinness World Record book for dating, Alexis would probably be in it for fastest to ask to see a W-2 form.
I have no shame in that. I'll take the record.
I'm glad you're getting proof, girl.
Yeah.
Jose
Yeah,
would
show
hold
me.
the record for longest time spent talking about himself.
That's true.
Can't
Don't get me
argue that.
started.
Yeah.
And Brooke holds the mark for most cousin ears nibbled in one night.
For you.
Oh,
It took effort.
Had a competition?
her whole family is the competition.
But one of our listeners would definitely be in there holding the record for quickest time to ruin a date.
Oh,
Because he pulled it
really?
off in under 60 seconds.
Whoa.
Wow.
And it all started when he invited her up into his apartment at the very start of the
Oh,
night.
that's tough.
You're going to hear what happened in your brand new second date update next. Something my dad always used to say to me growing up was, you can Control-Alt-Delete a computer virus from an adult Chinese website.
What?
Whoa.
But you can't Control-Alt-Delete a bad first impression from an adult date.
That is.
It's wise. I know, Brooke. Very wise stuff from
I'm
my
gonna
father.
say not a super quotable man, your dad,
Well,
but
Yeah.
okay, you remembered it.
You say that,
Yeah.
but those words were ringing in my ear when I read an email from one of our listeners, Kyle, who says he screwed up in the first minute of his date,
What?
but thinks it went a lot better after that.
How do you screw up in the first minute?
We're going to
Yeah.
find out. Kyle, welcome to the show.
Good morning. How's it going, guys?
What up,
Good.
man?
doing okay?
Good.
Hey,
Well-
you haven't messed this up yet, so congrats.
Only
we're
30
not.
seconds.
Yeah, we're not through the full minute
Oh,
yet,
yeah,
so
you're
let's
right.
reserve judgment. And we'll get to your screw up here in just a second. But first, tell us about the person that you went out with. What's their name?
Her name is Rebecca, and we actually met off of a dating app.
Oh, okay. Yeah, great.
Nice.
What did you like about Rebecca?
Honestly, I mean, she's beautiful, and we really just kind of had a very natural vibe right off the beginning, and it was easy, you know. And a lot of the times, it's not easy, and that's usually when it's like, why am I trying?
Everybody
Yeah.
loves
So
easy
hard.
women. That's great.
Hey,
So,
Oh, yeah, we
you know
love
what?
them, dude.
That's what
Okay.
I like to hear, Jeffrey. That's what I like to hear.
yeah, too easy almost. So, what did you and
Yeah.
Rebecca do for a date?
We got to get to the minute of screw up, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that where we're at now?
How does that happen in the first minute?
So the day of our date, my car actually had to be taken to the shop last
Oh.
minute. So Rebecca had offered to pick me up. So she got there. I invited her in. I introduced her to my roommate.
Okay.
And I should have probably left it at that, but I was 100% honest with her from the beginning and told her that my roommate and I used to date and that we had broke up 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks.
Whoa. Fresh breakup.
2 weeks ago. I thought you were gonna say like you were high school
Years,
sweethearts or
yeah.
something. You
And
know?
you're introducing them?
2
I'd be like
weeks?
moved
What?
out by then.
I'm having a panic attack for you.
I don't know what I don't know what I was thinking in the moment. I really felt like if I'm just kind of honest. Also, this had been a breakup that was like a long time coming. So
Okay.
Wait,
Mentally
Well,
broken up.
can I ask though? Were you still in a 1-bedroom apartment, or are you sleeping in different
No.
rooms?
yeah, at this point, like we were pretty much sleeping in different rooms. So
Pretty
Pretty much. Wait a minute.
But I think it's a good thing.
to be that honest?
Well, no, you're showing Rebecca like, look what I was working with last time. See, now you have.
I don't think any woman
That's
wants
not-
to see
that's
that.
not it,
No.
yeah.
It's a good. It's like now look, I
By
moved on to
comparison.
something better.
Be honest. You were just doing this to make your ex jealous.
no, actually, that was not the case because I'm the one who who wanted to end the relationship. So
Some people like to rub in their new relationships in other people's faces, though, too.
Sounds like an honest mistake that could have happened to anybody. So what did you do for your date?
It's so specific.
I don't know. I thought it was funny. Clearly, no one else in the room thought it was funny. So I immediately just said, we're going to be late for the reservation, and we left.
Yeah.
So,
Wait, did Rebecca not ask any other questions, like in the car when you guys were driving to the restaurant?
yeah, she was a little funny about it. She was like, oh, wow, I didn't know you were living with your ex, and you never said that. And
It's not being funny. That's a normal reaction.
Yeah, no.
Let's get past the ex/roommate and get to the restaurant. Tell us how that
I
went.
don't think I can get past it.
yeah, so we're driving to the restaurant, and it's in an area I'm usually never in, and like I see a Best Buy. So in the moment, I was just like, oh, can we stop here for a few minutes?
What?
Wait, you
What?
need to pick up another TV?
There's a CD I want to buy in here. Hold on.
Why would you have her run an errand with you?
Well, there's this camera stand in there that I wanted to buy for 6 months, and I'm never around this Best Buy.
Okay.
Like a tripod.
We weren't actually running late for the reservation. I just was like trying to get out of the awkwardness of the situation. So
Oh, no.
You were
Best Buy?
really cutting it
This is
short.
so bad.
The Geek Squad to the rescue.
My ex says that we need to mount the camera next time, so I gotta make sure we pick this up.
Jeffrey.
it actually ended up being fun. We got to look around. We got a chance to talk about like photography, which is something that we both care about, and telling her why camera stands are all different and the nuances in them. And looking at
Okay.
Thrilling.
It
Take
sounds
a look at
good.
some refrigerators.
I can't believe you were able to turn
While
the
she's hungry
conversation.
waiting for a dinner
Yeah.
reservation, I'm sure.
I mean,
she's
at any point, do we end up getting to the restaurant, or does it
so
end
then,
before
yeah.
then?
So then we leave. Like at this point, we both were ready for dinner.
You're hungry.
Yeah.
I'd spaced out the reservation, and we actually couldn't get in when we get there. So I'm just like, what the hell is going on?
Oh, what happened?
What?
Wait, what happened with the reservation?
So I guess when I booked the reservation, I had, booked it for a different time. They
I thought you said you only screwed up the first minute of
I
the
know.
day. We're an hour in, and it's all
bad.
Someone
Someone has to say it.
I disagree, Kyle. I think you're hitting it out of the park with this. All right, keep going.
Thank you for your encouragement.
Yeah.
Obviously it was all going downhill at that point.
Yeah.
We went with the flow. We made the best of it. We ended up hanging out at this place next door. We drank a decent amount because we both were just probably trying to get drunk at this point.
Yeah.
And I can drink a lot. Anyways, she ended up driving me home after dinner. No kiss.
Yeah.
But I really do want to make up for the first impression. I feel like I really screwed it up, and that's why I'm trying to get another shot at it.
Can we tell her, like, when we talk to her, do you have plans to move out with the apartment with your ex?
Of course. Our lease is ending in 2 more months. And then,
Okay.
2 months.
Still a long time.
I get it. That's hard.
Yeah, I mean, good for her for sticking out the entire date. She could have just barreled out of her car while she was driving home.
I was going to say leave him at Best Buy, Jeffrey.
Yeah, she could have kicked you out, but she didn't. So maybe there's hope here. We're going to call Rebecca and try and get you your second date update
Thanks.
right after this. If you're just joining us for the second date update, really hard to find any red flags on Kyle's first night out with Rebecca.
Yeah, I don't see any.
Let's just recap his story really
Okay,
quick. He
yeah.
introduced her to his roommate, a.k.a. ex-girlfriend, who he still lives with.
That he broke up with 2 weeks ago.
Little sticky situation.
And little details.
Yeah.
And then on the way to the restaurant, they stopped at a Best Buy to pick up a camera stand that
Yeah.
he really, really needed. They ended up missing their dinner reservation. So to make up for it, hit up a bar where he drank heavily and totally redeemed himself.
Yeah. She had to drive him home.
Yeah.
So-
It's such a cute look.
If
Yeah,
anything, maybe there were a couple hiccups. But Kyle, the good news here is Brooke has dated much, much worse.
We can always rely on that.
Including a dude in Mexico who actually tried to harvest her kidney after they hooked up. So I'm giving you a
That was
50-50 shot here.
That was kind of sweet.
Of all the kidneys, you chose mine?
Oh, man.
Love.
I mean, we didn't ask you. Have you reached out and apologized to her for what a train wreck your guys' first date was?
I actually didn't think it was a train wreck. I basically reached out and was just trying to focus on the positive and all the good things that came out of it.
That's good.
I
Yeah.
like that attitude.
Okay.
And Brooke is always trying to get men to apologize for everything
matter
that they
what.
do.
Well, it doesn't sound like she responded to him. Yeah. So I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's
If it
rude of her.
worked.
Maybe she should apologize for not responding.
Okay, I wouldn't
Yeah.
lead with that, Jeffrey, when we call her right now.
I'm going to ask for
I'm
an
just
apology
gonna
as soon as she picks up the phone. Let's
throw
do
it out
this.
there.
Oh, no.
What a rude woman. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, is this Rebecca?
Yes, who's this?
Hey, Rebecca. My name is Jeff from a radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hey.
Have you ever heard of us before?
That's okay.
I think my mom listens to you.
Aw, thanks for lying. We appreciate that. It spares our feelings.
Your mom sounds like a good person
Yeah,
because
tell her we said hi.
we do something on the show called a second date update, and we'd like you to be a part of one right now.
What's that?
It's basically where listeners ask us to reach out to a person they went on a date with recently to try and figure out why a second date hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you went out with a guy named Kyle the other night who's a little curious what's going on.
Okay.
Oh, you're laughing. Is that a good laugh or like Kyle should know laugh?
Did he talk to you already?
Yeah.
Yeah. We heard a little bit from Kyle.
Yeah, just a quick summary.
Sounds like
Nothing too bad, though.
I don't
Not in
know.
our opinion. Was anything bad in yours?
Deal
in
breaker.
Jeffrey's opinion. Alexis and I saw a couple red flags when he was describing the date.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to hear your side of the story of the first 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just give us the start from your eyes.
Okay. So yeah, I went to pick him up, and as a normal person, you text, you're like, I'm here, and they come out, and he was like, oh, come in. So I was like,
oh,
okay.
And when you went into his apartment, what'd you think?
The apartment was fine, but he was like, oh, this is my roommate, blah, blah, blah. And then he goes, yeah, we used to date, and then I find out they broke up 2 weeks ago.
oh my
Yeah,
God.
we found that out too.
What was going through your head?
What a catch.
I'm so jealous.
I was just never met an ex in the first minute or really at all on a date.
Mhm.
And my second thought was, she's really pretty. Is that what he meant when he had car trouble? He just wants me to meet his ex, because there were other moments where it was he just kind of felt like he was posturing or whatever.
Oh.
So yeah,
What do you mean?
Like
What
a-
moments?
does sound pretty convenient.
Well, I would say this is my own thing with people pleasing or whatever. I was like, okay, I can move on from this. So we get in the car and we're driving, and then he's like, oh, can we go to Best Buy? And I need to get this camera stand or whatever. And I was like, okay. Second thing that's super weird, but
Well, you sound very patient and nice so far, just so you know.
It's again, she said it's her people-pleasing problem.
Yeah, exactly.
thank you. It's probably not for the best. But
Yeah.
Maybe not in this case.
So what, did something weird happen at Best Buy? I mean, besides just going there?
So besides just going there,
Mhm.
he takes about an hour looking
Whoa.
at camera stands and mansplaining to me. And I'm like,
Oh.
I'm not the one buying a camera stand. I don't care.
But if you think about it, that's an hour of free electronic education that he gifted to you.
She just said he was mansplaining her.
Well,
that means she doesn't
was
need
just-
it or want it.
I don't like the
Posturing thing.
energy that I'm getting in this moment.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the bar. Tell us about what happened when you and Kyle were over at the bar together.
Oh, so you already know that we didn't even go to the restaurant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
We're calling that a little hiccup. Go ahead.
So, there's a bar nearby, so we just walked over to the bar. He's getting drinks. I don't want to drink that much because obviously I'm driving. And
Yeah.
he goes, I just want you to know that, I have this blood condition where I can handle a lot of alcohol.
oh, God.
And I was like, okay.
Mm.
And he takes 6 shots. And within 30 minutes, he's face down on the bar.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
I can't believe you drove him home. I would have left him.
I wish I didn't. You're so right.
Yeah.
But so I'm basically dragging him back to my car.
Oh.
And he's like, you're so pretty.
Oh,
and he's like,
boy.
did
Oh.
you know that I'm a Navy SEAL in training? And I'm like, what does this have to
A
do with
Navy
anything?
SEAL in training.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just trying so
Well,
hard.
God, that just even feels like a lie. Like it.
Hello, I am a Navy SEAL in training. What are you talking about?
Oh.
Wait, what the heck?
Hey, yeah, Rebecca, Kyle's been on the other line listening this entire time. He was supposed to wait till we called him in, but
Honestly, I feel like this is something you should tell the people right away.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, you're right. I'm sorry.
know
We
what?
were just so caught up in the terrible stories that you were sharing.
I didn't get terrible
Oh my
from anything
God.
that she said.
Get out of here,
Thank you.
Kyle.
On top of all of his other positive qualities, he wants to surprise her
no,
too.
Kyle, you should be
Look at all
embarrassed
that.
after hearing all
Why?
of that.
I think it was more positive than negative, to be
Oh.
honest. I do. I
Really?
think there were a lot of hiccups at the beginning, but I thought it ended on a good note.
With you sloppy drunk in her car?
Kyle,
She's a
clearly
good
they're not
gal.
understanding this. Why don't you mansplain all the positive things that happened during the day? Go ahead,
I'll
list
take
them
my
off.
headset off.
Yeah.
Well, initially, when we talked about photography and everything, like you seemed really into it. So I thought when we were at Best Buy, you seemed pretty engaged. You laughed. I got a couple of laughs and smiles out of you. And we were there for a while. And I thought that was pretty positive.
I mean, what was I supposed to say? I feel like it would have been rude for me to be like, well, this is boring. Let's go.
Yeah.
I guess that's fair, but I didn't see it that way.
Of course.
And apparently you didn't see anything as rude because you were like, here, pick me up. Here, meet my roommate. Here, meet my ex. Here, let's go to Best Buy. Here, let's miss our reservation.
And that's a lot of things that he did for you there. What's something that you did for him,
sounds like
Rebecca?
she did everything for
Jeff's
him.
being sarcastic right now. I mean, that is all really selfish stuff, man. Were you ever thinking of her?
Yeah, I told her she was pretty. I was thinking about her.
Are you serious?
That's
This
sweet.
is I think I'm speechless.
Good work, Kyle. You got her speechless by
It's
that
because
charm.
it's because Kyle's so clueless. Like,
Honestly, I disagree with you guys. Like Jeff said, I gave her like an hour of education on cameras, and
oh god.
I feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, you'd have to pay for that most places.
I mean, Kyle, who are you training with to be a Navy SEAL?
I'm looking at like YouTube videos,
Wait a minute.
Are you kidding me?
That's how they all
This
learn,
is
right?
beyond.
Not how they learn.
Oh, it's so
It's
bad.
intense training. You can't just learn how to hold your breath for 2 minutes by
Rebecca.
watching YouTube.
Kyle's going to prove you wrong on that one, Jose.
I hope he
And-
does. I
Just
hope,
like he proved me wrong with his blood condition that he could drink 6 shots in a row.
Rebecca, I'm going to ask you a question here, and I really hope that you don't turn down a future Navy SEAL
oh god.
on a second
Get a
date
grip,
that
Jeff.
we will pay for. And I promise you that on the date, he'll prove that he can hold his breath for 2 minutes in the bathtub while his ex watches. That's
Why do I picture him in a wetsuit too?
yeah, like
They
a
both have stopwatches. Like, all right, let's do
classic
this.
Navy SEAL training with that mounted camera that you helped buy.
Keep
It's
the video
coming
rolling.
full circle.
Keep the YouTube video
What do you
on.
say, Rebecca?
What an opportunity, Rebecca.
Give a hero a chance.
Future hero.
I mean, that is a very enticing offer.
Yeah.
But he's proven everything, and I never want to see him again.
Yeah.
Where's the people
Good-
pleaser?
Good job, Rebecca, finding
Uh-huh.
some boundaries.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, good.
Oh, yeah. I'm sweating bullets over here. I'm about to hang up and just hyperventilate.
No, you'll be
It's all
good. You'll be
good.
good. You're a great sport.
I think everybody understands.
And I think
Yeah.
Kyle, like once he does some reflection, will kind of soak in some of this, hopefully.
When he's taking down the next Bin Laden,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, just a drunk guy trying to make his way.
I'm calling you guys back just so you know.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Good
happy
luck,
hour's
man.
coming up. Brooke needs somebody to party with. So.
I'm good.
Oh, okay.
Kyle's not my type of guy.
They said it was impossible.
Mm.
Couldn't be
Whoa.
done. Don't even try.
What?
They said there was no way to incorporate human sacrifice into a first date in a fun, lighthearted way. That's what they said.
I think I said that too.
Well,
Yeah.
one of our listeners just managed to pull it off successfully.
No way.
Yep. And now his date has disappeared.
Oh,
what?
Wait a minute.
But
Hold
Jeff.
on.
no, not because of that.
Are you sure?
You sacrificed her.
She's just not calling back.
Are you sure?
But
I hope.
the thing is, he did come up with one of the more creative first date ideas we've ever heard. And he got the whole room to laugh with his human sacrifice reference during it.
Okay.
And you're going to hear all of it when we do your brand new second date update right after this. Normally, when we hear a guy say he went out with a woman who's way out of his league, the first thing that comes to our minds is looks.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I mean, we're thinking she's a New York 10, he's an Idaho 6.5.
Oh, yikes.
Which is still striking gold for me.
Doesn't say
Poor
a lot.
Brooke.
All
But
right.
you know what? Not in this case.
I'll take that nugget.
One of our listeners, Tyler, says he went out with someone whose brain is a 10.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
And he's still an Idaho 6.5.
Okay, good
Yeah.
for you.
But Tyler, you say she's good looking too, right?
She is, yes.
Oh.
Okay, red flag. Pretty
Yeah.
and smart. What's
Yeah.
wrong with her?
There's some sort of
Damaged
problem.
goods.
Her personality's got to suck.
There you go. There it is.
Where'd you meet this girl?
We met online, so she kind
Okay.
of checked all my boxes physically.
She checks all these boxes and she's still online dating?
Was it like Tinder or scientist inquiries?
Just a normal dating app, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And what's her
Okay.
name? We didn't get that.
Veronica.
Veronica.
Oh.
That is a
pretty
fancy
name,
name.
That
Ooh.
name is a 10.
Mhm.
She's
What
taking
is her full
everything.
name?
Uh,
God.
so,
Jeff's ready to date her.
I know. Tell us a little bit about Veronica. What did you like about her?
Okay, so I mean, obviously beautiful, but you could just tell she was really interesting and smart.
And do you mean tell like when you saw her dating profile or when you met her in person?
The profile.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Because she's into art and she's into books and reading.
Boring.
I know. Jose has swiped left 7 times since you started talking.
Even audiobooks, I feel like.
Well, but that's something that you like about
Comic
her.
books, maybe.
That's something that you like about her?
Yeah, I do. I like somebody who's smart and who's educated. And,
All kidding aside, intellect is sexy for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Yeah.
So what'd you end up doing for your date?
So I thought I could make it a little bit unique since she's so much into art and literature and reading. So we went to a few different libraries, like all these unique places.
You went with that instead of
yeah.
like
No
I
art
don't know.
galleries?
Yeah, exactly.
That sounds fun.
Just
But a library,
really
bro, come
anything
on.
but a library.
Because you post a book when you like a library.
Stop judging. There are some dark, seedy sections in every library where you can sneak away
Are
to
there?
do some nasty things.
What
Listen,
kind of
I spend
libraries?
actually a lot of time in the library.
Not in the good parts.
Apparently not.
Yeah.
And they're not, that'd be hard to like sit and have a conversation. They're quiet places, you know?
That's true, but it's not just about books. It's about you look around and the architecture of the buildings. Because
Yeah.
libraries are pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's true.
A lot of them have coffee shops in there too.
Do they?
I don't think so.
Okay.
When was the last time you went to a library?
He's going to library. He's going to like adult
They have
places.
restrooms and a computer area.
Yeah, they all have ATMs. You can pull cash out, right? No?
This isn't coffee. What am I
Wait a
drinking?
minute. Sorry.
Oops.
All
Okay.
right, we'll talk to Jeff off air
Well,
about
you know
this.
what, Tyler? If you had a good time in the library and she had a good time, then that's great.
Yeah.
I will say I already like this. This is probably the most unique date, one of them, that we've ever heard, where you guys are finding a different thing to
I
entertain yourselves.
feel like that's a stretch.
Yeah, I know. Do you honestly like this? Something you would want to do.
I like it for them. I don't like it.
Okay.
I think
What was her thoughts though? I mean,
I felt like it went well. Maybe the problem was she had to drive separately because I didn't want to make her feel uncomfortable, driving to some place with somebody you don't really know. So
sure.
You drove separately to all 3 libraries?
yeah.
Oh.
huh.
Should have paid for
I
parking.
feel like after the first one, you
Or-
would feel safe enough to ride together.
Or was it 4? I mean, it doesn't matter.
Well, I
but
guess
like,
not.
That's a valid point. But the other thing is, and you guys brought it up a little bit, it's tough to talk and get to know each other when you're in a library. You got to kind of be quiet a little bit. I'm not really comfortable and outgoing all the time, so I thought it may be a little bit more romantic to go somewhere where I didn't have to talk as much and be, on as much. So it could kind of be a little bit more intimate.
Oh.
Okay.
intimate by being silent.
Very, just eye contact, intimate.
Get to know each other without actually having to babble on and on and on, just
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
everyone's different
Feel
personalities.
each other's presence.
Yeah. Like a 20-year-old married couple.
Yeah. I don't know. Did you feel like she was asking you more questions than you were asking her?
I'm actually not sure about that. She probably was a little bit more outgoing than I was. I'll say that, yeah.
Yeah, I only
Yeah.
ask because, like, maybe that was a sign that she was like trying to fill the void, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That it wasn't comfortable for her.
She's asking questions. She's like, Shh, I'm trying to read. Don't make me repeat.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it felt like she wanted to talk more, and I wanted to be a little bit more quiet and reserved.
Okay.
Well, I feel like calling a radio station for help is going to prove to her that you do have an outgoing side as well.
Yeah, we
You know?
can be outgoing for you.
Yeah.
Was there at any point during the day a super romantic or flirtatious moment that would be like a highlight you could point out?
Yeah, we were being jokey and flirty, and at one time I grabbed a self-help book that said, the Beginner's Guide to Human Sacrifice, and said, "Oh, it's a good read."
That's kind of funny, though.
Yeah.
Funny.
I don't know,
Depends on her-
flirty if that's flirty,
Yeah.
but it's
Depends on her sense of
something.
humor.
Okay.
She's like, I don't have virgin blood, so it's not going to work
Yeah.
for you.
Well, maybe on your next day you could sacrifice someone together, and we'll send you there, hopefully, if we can get her on the line when we do your second date update right after this.
Thank you.
All right, hold on. This little piggy went to the library.
Oh.
This little piggy went to another library.
Okay.
This little piggy went to a third library. It's all libraries with this piggy and no coffee shops inside like I thought there were.
Okay.
You should go to one sometime, Jeff.
I guess so, because Tyler, our listener, took Veronica to a bunch of different libraries around the city because he knew that she loved reading and art and smart stuff like that. But afterwards, this little piggy hasn't been able to get himself another date, so he went wee all the way to the radio station for help.
Are we the big bad wolf? We're
No,
gonna blow our phone line down?
We're the safe place.
I feel like this is the last time you read, and I'm a little concerned about that.
Well, that's okay.
We're
Yeah.
about to do one library, two library.
it's
Like one
not-
fish, two fish.
It's not about me and my reading, it's about Tyler and trying to get him hooked up again with Veronica.
Yeah,
Tyler,
I agree.
Yes.
how you feeling, man?
Lucky?
This
Question?
Okay, why?
I feel like I'm going to get lucky. You guys are going to pull through for me.
Okay, that has a different meaning than you think. We're not providing that service. But we forgot to ask, like, have you talked to her at all since your library date?
No. I called once and I sent a text. Nothing.
Well, that's
Okay.
our special.
That's not too much either. That's good.
Well, we have dozens and dozens of phone lines to call her on. One of them she has to answer. Let's give it a shot, okay?
Like, we're going to call her from 8 different lines at once?
I will call her for 4 straight days until she picks up the phone. I promise you that, Tyler,
I
okay?
bet
Let's
you
do
just
this.
Once on one line will work.
Okay, let's try it the first time. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Veronica?
Yeah. Who's calling?
Hey, this is Jeff from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Oh, okay.
I like to pause there to see if there's any recognition.
I also feel like it made you sound intellectual.
No, she reads books. She don't listen to our show.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hear that you are a intellectual type.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Fancy.
I am so confused. Why are you guys calling me? What?
You ask good questions. You are smart.
I'm an intellectual. Like
Yes. We've heard that from one of our listeners named Tyler, who you apparently went out with the other day to several libraries.
Oh.
Yeah. But now you're not calling him back. And so we're trying to help him through this segment called the Second Date Update to figure out if something went wrong.
Or if we could fix it.
Yeah.
You know?
To see what's going on.
Maybe get you another shot.
Okay, so a radio station is trying to play matchmaker. Okay, so this is real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of
It's
course
very
it
real.
is.
We're not really trying to play matchmaker. It sounds like you guys already matched online.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, we did match online. We met on an app, but I'm not sure if that translated to matching in real life.
Okay.
Something just sort of fell off.
I'm so
Oh.
curious what your thoughts or feelings were when he suggested the library tour.
Yeah.
I actually really loved that. I thought that was super unique. You know, I'm just so sick of like going to the coffee shop or like going to the bar. Like I'm just like, it's just kind of boring and you know.
That's why you got to find a library that has a coffee shop and a bar
They
inside.
don't exist.
Jeff has found it,
I'd go
apparently.
to that actually.
Yeah. But
Oh, so
I
you
would too.
but you had fun then with the library aspect of your date.
I mean, I really loved it. It was such a unique idea. I love that he sort of took something that I really love, which is books. I love reading. I'm a huge reader. And he kind of like tailored the date towards one of my interests, which I thought was really nice.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
sweet.
that's really
it
positive.
was a very thoughtful thing of him to do.
Okay.
And
Yeah, very thoughtful, not generic. But unfortunately, the chemistry just wasn't there.
Do you think it's because the setting didn't like give it a chance to chem it? What's the verb for making chemistry?
We're not as smart as you are.
Yeah. What's the verb there? To mix to
it's hard to have a strong connection with someone in a place where you're supposed to stay quiet and whisper all the time. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't talk a lot in the library, and because you kind of need to be quiet, obviously. And
Sure.
I thought maybe he was nervous or something, so I asked him to grab a drink afterwards, and he said no thanks. So
Oh, wait, he rejected you. Whoa.
We didn't hear about that part of the story.
Yeah.
Does he not drink, do you think? Is that why?
You could say that.
I thought maybe that, but he was just a completely different person than who I met online. Like, I thought we were vibing on chatting, and then like in person, I'm like, why wouldn't you want to get a drink after going to 3 libraries? Like, I'm smart, but I'm not boring.
I mean, was it 10 in the morning? Like a time of the day?
Hi, Veronica.
Oh.
Well.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
Sorry, that's Tyler, who is supposed to wait till we call him in, but
Oh my. Okay.
yeah, he's been listening on the other line this whole time. You can say hi to him, Ty.
Yeah. Where do you want to go next? 3 churches? Like, God.
Oh, you said you liked it.
Well,
Church architecture is actually pretty crazy.
And maybe she's super religious. That'd be
There
worth
you
talking.
go.
I mean, sorry. So I guess I just, I have something to admit to you and everybody, I guess.
Oh, admissions.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I mean, that's fine. I just, if you don't drink, like, no judgment. That's fine. Like, we could have done something else, but you just, like, pieced out. So I'm just really weirded out that you want to ask me out again. But
Well, when we matched online, you were just, you're so beautiful and intelligent, sophisticated. I just knew I couldn't match up to that.
Oh.
So in order to seem more charming, I was texting you using, Chat GPT and
Wait.
Chat GPT, is that the new
What?
That's the AI that is like the computer generated text. Wait, that wasn't really you texting with her?
Yeah, so I'd like type in, hey, you're a little guy, say something smart, funny, classic, art, and it came out.
That works, bro?
Yeah.
Dang,
Yeah.
I gotta download this. Is it an app?
It's a website.
It's a website. Okay, well, good to know for other reasons.
wait, so, like, you used artificial intelligence to talk to me through a dating app? Like, I'm just having trouble wrapping my head around this. Like, so, yeah, you were a completely different person. So,
Oh my
she's
God.
right, he was.
He was like a droid, and now he's a human.
I feel like I got catfished by, like, a chat bot is what happened.
Really charming
So-
chatbot.
Oh, my
You know,
gosh.
so-
Wait. So you don't actually like Monet then?
That's how you pronounce it? I thought it was like Manet.
Monet.
No.
Dude, you gotta tell us this type of stuff before we call someone.
This is
I
not.
was just a little nervous. That's all. It's just for me, I'm a little bit shy at first,
Mm-hmm.
but once you get to know me, I have a much better personality, a bigger personality. It's just the initial meeting was a little bit intimidating to me.
I mean, and it makes sense why you picked a library so you didn't have to talk.
Oh, and that's why you said no to the bar, too. You
Right.
were, like,
Oh.
nervous about exposing yourself.
Like free thought.
I mean, exposing, not in that way. More like just not living up to the intellectuals that you showed online.
Yeah.
You basically lied about all of your interests and then plagiarized an entire online conversation with me. So I'm talking to, like, a fake person.
Right.
No, I'm not a fake person. I put out all the emojis myself.
That's some sophisticated stuff. There are like hundreds of them to pick through.
I picked the right one.
It took a lot of intellectual labor to pick out a book emoji when we're talking about books.
Oh, the one with the
I
glasses
guess-
would
yeah,
have been
that's
cuter.
true.
Yeah, the nerd one.
Yeah.
Brooke, do you give him any credit here for at least going through all this effort to try and impress her?
Yeah.
I get that you didn't have enough to offer her, and that's too bad.
Okay, that's a little bit harsh.
Well,
Brooke. Can you
I mean,
maybe be
that you were
gentler with your
nervous.
commentary?
All of it. But, like, I think you should come at it with a big apology instead of don't blame me for this. Like, that's kind of not a awesome look.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't know. Because we didn't really get a chance to talk at the library. So I thought maybe a second date at the exact same time we had the first date wasn't in my best interest.
You're not making any sense,
That
Tyler.
doesn't make any sense at all.
Ask chatbot what you should say here, Tyler.
Yeah, do you have it pulled up right now, or you use your actual responses, or you like have like a laptop open like while we're on the phone? Like, I don't trust you now, and that's bad.
Okay,
because
so I've been honest with you since we've been talking on the radio here, and I do have the chat bot up. I'm just not using it. It's a blank screen.
Okay.
This is me.
Oh my God.
Maybe you should.
Oh my
type a
gosh.
thing or two in there. and
Maybe
see
you
what it
should.
says.
Jeffrey,
How do I get a
come
second
on.
It couldn't hurt.
Wow.
Oh, I mean, he's earnest. He likes you. He's
And I bet he really does like Monet. Tyler, say something nice about Monet.
He used wonderful colors.
yeah.
Oh.
My nephew said the same thing when he watched Thomas the Train. So clearly, the intellect is shining through today, and we would like to connect you two one more time for another date
Oh, this is a big ass.
and pay for that date.
You know,
Library, coffee shop, bar, combo gift card.
We don't.
They don't exist.
Still.
I'm gonna find it.
Yeah.
Veronica?
I don't know. I mean, like, Tyler, like, the date idea was all you, I think, maybe, and that was great. And you made some funny joke about human sacrifice, and I think unless you came up with something beforehand, like, I think you should maybe give yourself some more credit because I think you are smart and funny, but you're just not the right person for me. Like, I already lost my trust, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can't get that back.
I'm sorry, man.
Sad face emoji.
Yeah.
Sad-
Chose the right
That
one.
was his own
Speaking
emoji.
of emojis.
Yeah. All right, Tyler.
Disappointed face emoji. Tyler.
Honestly, I don't know if we're classy enough for this phone call coming up here because
Really?
I'm going to raise my hand and say I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you're going to say next.
here's some of the information that I have about it.
Okay.
Think champagne,
Oh.
but 30,000 feet up in the air.
Wow.
And forget TSA pre-check when the limo drives you right to the door of the plane.
What?
Dang.
Because
Cool.
this may be one of our first international second dates that we've ever done.
Dang.
So come on and take a ride with us.
Okay.
Yeah, let's pretend like we're rich too.
I want in the limo.
We're not at 30,000 feet popping bubbly. We're at ground level in the back of a city bus drinking a beer that somebody left here in one of the cup holders. It's classy in a different way.
It's still beer.
Yep.
You know?
It counts for your second date
I
update
think.
right after this. You know, it's not very often we have a first date go international.
Ooh, fun.
And we're not talking House of Pancakes international.
That's also fun though.
I mean, grab a passport, hop a plane, get the full TSA how do you do experience.
Oh, did they just go for that part?
Maybe. That's what I just go to the airport for. But let's talk to this world traveler named Zach. Welcome to the show, man. Or should I say, Guten Tag to El Show.
I think you just mixed a bunch of languages together.
Pretty sure I nailed it. So, Zach, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Oh, I'm so excited to hear your story. Did you meet this lady here, or is it an international love that you found?
So we actually met on a private jet.
Whoa. Sorry, you said private jet and we all freaked out.
Yeah,
we don't know a
what?
lot of the people
Brooke
that have
didn't
those.
really react well. It's
Oh my
normal to her.
God. Yeah, right.
How did you meet her there?
She was actually working the flight. She was one of our attendants.
Oh, one of our attendants. Why were you there?
Wow. Yeah.
I was there because I am just a regular civilian, but my friend sold his company and was treating me.
Oh,
Oh, does your friend need any more friends?
I think we're too late. You got to get into the ground level with these people, you know?
Yeah, they've already taken off.
Uh-huh.
Okay. That's awesome, man. So what was her name?
Lamey.
Lamey.
Elaney.
Lamey
Yeah.
or Elaney?
It was actually with an M, which was cool.
Lamey.
Yeah,
Oh.
like the horse is lame.
Exactly.
Oh.
Well, she's
exotic.
She's gone farther in life than any of us have. So.
Wait.
Yeah.
Now, where does she live?
She lives right here.
Oh, she does.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
good.
convenient.
'Cause I don't think we
Good.
can make international calls.
So tell us how that went.
That plan.
It went really good. Like, usually they do domestic flights, but because it was international, it was a little longer than normal. So she had like a lot of time to chat. And I got to kind of know her and like her world. Like, I didn't even realize renting these jets is like $15,000 an hour.
Whoa.
Dang.
Brooke, that's like what, your daycare expense or what is that?
I made that just 2 hours ago, but you know, that's still a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, right.
That's crazy.
So, I mean, was she just being nice, or was there like a vibe between you two?
Oh, there was a vibe. Towards the end of the flight, I actually like checked in with her and I was like, I bet you every guy does this. But I would just feel bad the rest of my trip. Like, oh, you didn't go for it. So I just asked her out and she was like, I'd love to go out with you.
Oh.
And we actually ended up going out for drinks the very next night.
Wow.
She stays on the whole trip with you?
Yeah, because we were flying back on the same jet.
Yeah.
So they were there for a couple days too.
Oh my God.
Did she buy? Because I heard that those flight attendants on private jets make a lot of
Yeah, I
cash.
hear they make good money.
I don't know about the salary, but she was telling me how much people tip. And I don't want to say that publicly, but I was like, oh, wow, that's cool.
Oh, I would imagine it's a lot of
You
money.
said, oh, well, that's cool, while like stifling all of your shock.
You think she was maybe
Yeah.
trying to hint to you what she was hoping you would do at the end of your trip?
Not me, maybe my buddy. I think she could tell that I wasn't the kind of guy that's in that social economic group because
Why?
my eyes were wide and my jaw was just on the floor. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
excuse me, that's a tip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'd be jumping on the queen size bed in
Oh,
the
my
back
God.
like, I can't believe there's a bed here.
Is there a bed inside the
No.
plane?
Yeah, what?
Private jets? Yeah.
No.
Zach, was there a bed in your plane?
There was.
Oh, there
Really?
was? There's not
Some
always.
of them, yeah, but
I went on
would
our
imagine-
company's private jet one time and there's no bed. Yeah, and I did not act like I'd been there before. I was very excited.
I bet there was a bed on that plane, but they just didn't want you to. So.
Oh. Okay. Well, that hurts, Jeffrey.
Sorry, let's get back to Lamey.
How were drinks?
It was great. She's like super pretty, really sweet. We were talking about family, and then she was telling me like her goals about how one day she actually wants to fly.
Oh,
like she wants to be a pilot.
That's so cool, man.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was super cool, and I was super supportive of that. We did make out a little bit.
You did?
Fun.
You made out?
Yeah.
Oh.
So what went wrong, bro?
I don't know. Now that we're back home, I noticed on her IG that she's back here, but I feel like I'm the one trying to reconnect more. Like she's not ghosting me per se, but like whenever I text, she'll text back, but she won't initiate or come back with another question or anything.
I bet though she gets hit on so much.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like she's like beautiful woman with big goals. Like she sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Do you think she was amazed by you too?
I mean, I hope so. Like, I'm a great guy. I take care of myself too. So I think anybody would be lucky to be with me as well.
Yeah, no.
That's good confidence. I
and
like
that's
that.
probably what she saw in you. She's probably so used to rich guys in suits and then you are a down to earth dude.
Yeah, that's some wishful thinking for sure.
I'm trying to be nice.
I mean, she told you her Insta. She wouldn't give that to a creepy old guy.
That's
I
also
mean...
true.
Oh, you think he's old?
No, I'm just saying.
The
Just in
normal
case.
guys.
Okay. So how long has it been since you've been back home and been trying to set up a date with Lamey?
2 weeks now.
2 weeks. Oh, yeah. And you saw that she's here. So it's not even like the
She's out of
travel is the
town.
problem.
Exactly.
All right.
And the craziest thing is like we connected, but like she found me on IG and added me. So I was like, oh, she's excited. That was when we got back. And then it's just been like nothing.
Weird.
Yeah.
You don't have anything on your IG like you running from the law or anything like that.
It's not like your Instagram, Jose,
Okay.
So I think we have an international investigation to do here.
Yeah, for well, she's not a spy. I don't know what
Yeah,
she is,
but
she sounds awesome.
I'm just saying this call might cost extra if it goes overseas.
Are
So
we charging him?
yeah, Zach, you're gonna cover it, right?
I'm good.
Sweet.
Okay.
All right.
Ask your friend at least.
Yeah, we'll send the bill to you after we do your second date update next. Well, Jose has already called dibs. If things don't work out for Zach and Lamey, Jose wants to shoot his shot. So
I love me
Zach,
some flight attendants, bro.
is that okay with you, man?
Sure thing.
Awesome. And Alexis has called dibs on the private jet, wherever that's going next.
That's for
She doesn't even
sure.
care who's on
Yeah,
it.
forget your friend. I'm attached to the plane.
Yes.
You know?
But it's not hard to understand why everybody wants Lamey right now, because she's a luxury flight attendant for private jets, and that's where Zach met her, aboard the plane that his rich friend rented for a trip abroad.
I mean, she's attractive.
And she's a future pilot.
Has amazing perks if you date her.
Yep,
You
so
know?
Cool, man.
Zach was lucky enough to meet her and ask her out, and they had a nice little date overseas.
They even made out.
But now that they're back home, Lamey is acting kind of lame and not calling him back.
Call her
I
out
wouldn't
like that.
use that when they
That's
talk to
her
her.
name, guys. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, it just lent itself to
Okay.
it. But Zach, how we feeling here? Confidence level on a scale of 1 to 10?
Shoot, guys. 7.
Ooh.
Oh,
It's actually, it's higher than I expected.
yeah. But it might not be high enough for Lamey, who's used to dealing with 10s on her flights all the time. So we got to
But-
bump that up somehow.
That could be exhausting.
Yeah,
though.
for
You
real.
know, you don't want to be around that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, maybe just maybe bump it up one more to an 8?
Sure.
7.5?
We could do that.
Can
yeah.
you bump up your confidence a little bit, please?
Raise the elevation.
I'm going in with the team. Let's go with an 8.
There you go.
All
Yeah.
We're in control here. We're going to convince her
Okay.
you're amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll back
You
up.
are amazing. We don't have to convince her.
Yeah, that's right, Brooke. Come
Okay,
on.
Brooke, careful with your words. Let's do this. We're calling her.
Cool.
Let's get your second date update.
Hello?
Hello, I'm trying to book a private flight, and I heard that you got the hookup.
The hookup.
Oh, yeah.
what rich
I'm not
people
sure you heard that from, but no, I don't.
You're a flight attendant, right?
I am.
Yeah. Do you take coupons for 10% off for 15 grand an hour?
No, you have to do this through a company. I'm sorry. I can't help you.
It's a joke. He's joking.
Yeah, sorry.
Am I?
I don't know. If it worked, you wouldn't be.
Okay. Sorry, I'm messing with you. My name is Jeff. We're a radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. We're sorry to bother you.
Okay.
Sorry, we heard about you from one of our listeners who says that he met you during an international flight. His name is Zach.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You remember Zach?
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, I do.
we just assume you have a lot of people as a flight attendant coming in and out of your life all the time, maybe.
I do, but he was a little different.
That's
Okay.
good.
Well, we're trying to get some answers here because we're doing something called a second date update. And Zach told us that he had a great time when he met you and hanging out with you abroad. But since he's gotten back, he's been hoping to hang out again, and that's not happening. Is there a reason for that?
It's not happening, no. He was different from any of the other passengers that I come across.
And you liked that, right?
Different good or different bad?
Yeah.
No, different good. Like,
Yay.
really nice and genuine, but he's disappointing.
He's disappointing?
He's disappointing, yeah. Because
But what man isn't?
Thank you, Jeff.
point.
We all
You
suck.
know,
Come
I'm
on.
glad you guys said it. You know?
We're all going to disappoint you in our own special way. How did he do
This
it?
is just fast.
Well said.
I mean, it's just he's very nice, but he kept calling me the wrong name,
Oh.
and that's
Wait a minute.
Wait, isn't your name Lamey?
With an M?
no an N, Laney, Lane.
Oh, my God. That's what we thought he
And
said.
we had him clarify like 3 or 4 times.
He's okay.
Yeah, no, it's Laney.
Why would you not correct him?
Well, I tried to correct it because I friended him on Instagram.
Oh, so you thought
should
he was...
see.
Oh, my God, because it's your Instagram handle.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to drop him a hint on there, but apparently he did not.
Oh, my
pick up on it.
Oh.
Men are the worst at attention to details sometimes.
Wow.
Sometimes, not all
Yeah.
the time, but God,
No,
come
you're
on.
right about that.
I understand that must be really, really frustrating for somebody to get your name wrong for a very long time, but
Yeah, over and
it's a
over.
simple mistake. Like, we can work through that.
Understood, but that's not like the only thing. Like he's
Oh.
not a very detailed oriented person.
Okay,
What do you
how
mean?
else did that come up?
Like I told him that I would be back for 3 days and maybe we could see each other within those 3 days. And that I was leaving at 5 o'clock on the third day. And he texted me at like 7 and was like, hey, you want to go for drinks?
Oh. Yeah.
That's kind of
I mean,
annoying.
I could see a person like you who's very schedule oriented would need somebody who could pay attention to that stuff. But
But also, like, we talked on our date about, like, do you have any family? I said, yeah, I have a brother. And then, but then I said, okay, well, I'm out, I'm out of town. I'm not home because I told you I was leaving today. And he said, oh, are you going to visit your sister? And it's like, no, I have a brother.
Well,
did he listen to anything?
He at least remembered that you had a sibling.
I mean, from the name to the siblings in between, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
Remembering little things about anybody is always a huge
even little.
compliment.
Yeah, but for my job, I'm required to do that for customers. Like, why can't they do it for me?
Yeah, and like when you're interested in someone, like really excited about someone, I always feel like it's easier to remember everything about them.
But it could also come off looking a little weird if you remember everything about them.
Oh, maybe he's
So
doing
maybe
it on
he's throwing
purpose.
her off. I could see that. Yeah,
You
like I'm
know?
not that interested in you. I bet you don't even have a mom.
Yeah, I didn't stalk your
Bambi or
Insta.
whatever your name
What
is.
was your name? Right.
Brainy.
But I can tell you for certain that he really does like you.
Oh, I bet he's so
does.
embarrassed
We all
listening to
do.
this.
And you don't have to trust us. You can hear it directly from Zach himself because he's on the other line right now and wants to talk to you.
Oh.
Oh, gosh.
Zach, talk to Laney with an N.
Yes.
Hey, Laney.
You said it right. Yay.
Oh, Zach.
Hi.
I just want to say I'm disappointed in myself. I didn't realize, and it's such a dumb mistake. Like, I should have noticed on your Instagram, your name.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first
And
thing.
I don't have like a solid reason. Everything she's saying is absolutely true. I just really liked her. I was nervous. I know like now she's telling about her brothers and stuff too. And I remembered like a sibling, but the whole time I was just ultra self-conscious, just like talking to myself while even talking to her, like, don't mess this up. Don't mess this up.
Oh.
Laney, are you hearing him? What do you think?
I hear him. Yeah.
That doesn't sound very good.
I think that's pretty sweet. That's pretty earnest. You sound like such a catch, and he isn't on private planes very often, and he's meeting this beautiful woman. Like, you could see how it'd be really overwhelming.
Yeah. And maybe Zach was just like so mesmerized by how beautiful you are when he saw your Instagram.
That's not helpful.
That's not
really
Well,
helpful.
it's just like such an engaging, beautiful, gorgeous eyes on
It's
her
the eyes?
profile
I
photo
bet
that
he
he
was
didn't
just looking
couldn't
at her
even
eyes.
read.
Yeah.
Why is her being pretty bad? I don't understand.
Why is it bad to call a woman beautiful?
No,
Because it's like
the way you're saying
you said that she's so distracting that she's such a beautiful object he can't even listen to anything that's coming
you're
out
not
of her
going
mouth.
to date a guy that's like that.
No, and clearly y'all are like forgetting like the line of work that I work in.
What does that have to do with anything?
I am, because I'm with men who have a lot of money and who are taking these jets and who, they feel like they can just like call you whatever they want and
that makes
not
sense.
listen to anything.
But we know for a fact that Zach doesn't have a lot of money like all those other men. Isn't that true,
I
Zach?
understand, but like I thought he was different, but it never got any better.
Well, no, I'm so like we haven't heard from Zach at all. That was just me speculating. Like, Zach, we could clear this up right now. You can tell her that you don't find her beautiful at all.
Yeah, you
Go
better.
ahead.
We've learned.
That
You
is
guys
not-
beautiful's bad.
You guys.
Zach?
Yeah, I thought she was wonderful. Not just physically, of course, obviously.
Careful, you're treading on dangerous ground with that.
God. Stop it.
I agree with her. I was nervous. Maybe I just messed this up, and that's that. But I would love another chance to try to play it cooler.
I mean, Lainey, if you're willing to go out with him and give him one more shot, we would pay for another date.
I think he deserves another chance.
Hopefully you do accept that coupon thing because it's we don't have
International gift card.
Yeah, I don't know.
Olive Garden in our countries.
He does seem like a genuinely good guy.
He does seem like a very nice person. I don't think this is a route that I want to take. I think I'm good.
All right. Okay. Should we do
tried.
a detour route? Maybe a connecting flight to
I
it?
think the flight's canceled. I think it's canceled.
Oh.
Yeah. Zach,
I'm sorry, man.
Oh, it's okay. It happens.
it's a good lesson for you, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Don't call
Don't.
women beautiful.
No,
Oh, I was gonna say-
how about remember their name? I think it's just a start.
Good idea, Brandy. We'll remember that. Brooke and Brandy in the morning. Miracles. They don't just happen in the Bible or on Olympic ice
Okay.
or once a decade in Brooke's bedroom.
All right. Let's go, miracles.
They happen right here on this radio program.
Wow.
We're going to have a miracle today?
We've already proved it.
What is it?
When a guy messed up his first date so badly, there was virtually zero shot for him to get a second meetup until the voices of 4 radio angels came down from the heavens and changed everything.
Real humble radio angels, actually.
It was a miracle on the airwaves. And the best part is we actually have an update from that couple. So we're going to play you the original miracle call and find out what happened since in your brand new second date update.
I'm already proud of ours.
Yes.
We did it. It's right after this. When I think about the worst date nights of all time, I immediately think of Jack and Rose on the Titanic.
Oh, that's a bad date.
I mean, it starts off kind of awkward. She's kind of stuffy and engaged.
Yeah.
He's poor, showing her drawings that he's made of other naked women in his little doodle book. But then, right when the chemistry's finally clicking between them, what happens? Boat sinks. Everyone dies.
Oh, my God.
Talk about a mood killer.
I mean, Rose went on. She had other men.
Wouldn't describe it as a successful date night, though.
No.
We all agree she literally murdered Jack.
Yeah.
She could have had him all.
It was a first date. I mean, what do you do?
She
You
didn't
share
know
a
him
door?
anything.
I'm scared of commitment. Sorry. And then he just floats to the bottom.
Well, I bring it up because one of our listeners knows all about those disaster first dates.
I don't know about that bad.
He just had one. Chris, you have a Titanic-esque moment come up?
Oh, big time.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Before we even get to the iceberg, let's talk about the person that you went out with. Who was your Rose?
Okay, so I matched with a woman named Connie on a dating app.
Not as romantic of a
Not
name.
the ring.
Yeah. That's all right, Connie.
I don't think Hollywood would have used
What
that.
did you like about Connie?
Yeah, well, full disclosure, she's totally out of my league, but we matched, and like we kind of like have hit it off. But so I'm very much aware she's out of my league.
Okay.
100%.
Well, that's what you think. She obviously doesn't think that because she wants to go out with you.
That's
or
also true.
You mean you're chatting? Like that's your opinion.
Okay, well that's really nice of you. Wow. Okay.
You tell us about what you and Connie did, because you obviously must have gone out, right?
We did. So the night before our date, I got super sick.
Okay.
No.
At that point, are you still thinking, I need to push through this and make it to my date?
100%.
What?
Yeah.
Bro, Reese.
Oh, I'm not going to miss this date.
Oh, because of the league thing.
But
He
it's
doesn't
like,
wanna
has
miss the
society
window.
not learned anything? I think we're all good now. If you have a sick day, like, let's find
No, if
another
someone
time.
cancels on me, I'm not doing another date.
Yeah. Especially with the attractive girls. You know you have one chance or they have a million other options
I
to
can
move on
see
to.
that. I
Oh
can see
man,
that,
but it's so
honestly.
hard to put your best foot forward when you have no energy. I mean, were you feeling better the next day?
No, I was not.
Ah.
I was not at all. I was not at all. And where we were going to meet is like 45 minutes away.
Ugh.
Oh, and that long drive when you're not feeling good?
Yeah.
Yikes.
And so about halfway there, I'm just going to say it. I got sick on myself.
No, all
wait.
yourself.
In the car?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Honey, I mean, at that point,
Oh.
you finally turned around and went home, right?
I did. I changed clothes. I took a shower. I cleaned up. And by the way, like I just kind of was texting her and told her that work kept me busy. So I'm running late. She was totally cool with it.
Oh, you lied.
Yeah.
I mean, Brooke, of course he's going to lie. He's not just going to be like, hey, I just puked all over myself. Be there in 20.
I know, but I just can't. So you're like gonna keep going with this date? Like it sounds like you're still trying to meet up
Brooke,
with
did
her
you
later.
forget she's hot?
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Rick doesn't get it, dude.
But obviously, it didn't end well. Like it's not a good first impression.
We don't know how it ended
He's
yet.
on the phone with us.
Well, Chris, tell us what happened.
So I get cleaned up. I tell her I'm on my way. And then I decide to just take an Uber there. And
Oh no.
I'm 2 hours late.
Oh.
Oh,
my
wow.
God.
But so we're sitting down and I start sweating.
Oh no.
I don't want her to think I was nervous because I wasn't. I just was that sick sweat.
Physically ill.
Right.
Yeah. So she can kind of tell I'm not feeling well. So she's like, I got to get you out of here. So let me just call an Uber for us and then
For us.
we'll just go. Yeah. And we'll like, she's like being caring, you know, she like kind of wants to make sure I get home okay or like.
That's sweet. I'd be like, don't spread your germs over here. Get out of here.
But being hot and nice and understanding this whole time, she sounds amazing, bro.
Sounds sus to me.
Exactly.
Nobody does
A
that.
lot of pretty girls are snooty, and they would just be like, ew.
So what happens? You all get into the Uber together?
Yeah, so we get in the Uber, and I'm fine for a little bit, and then I finally tell the guy he's got to pull over because I get sick on the side of the road.
Oh, and puke smells so gross. And to be next to
it's
someone.
so
Oh.
unattractive.
The sound of it, you just can't recover.
Yeah.
And then he kicks us out.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably thinks you're drunk too, you know?
Oh, yeah.
What do you do?
Well, my mom lives a couple blocks away.
Oh, God.
This
Oh.
is getting worse.
Bringing mom into this.
Not the mother.
So,
Just go home.
so we just walk a couple of blocks to my mom's place.
Call Lyft. You've been banned from Uber. Call the other company.
And imagine you look like a mama's boy. You come in like, Mommy, I just threw up.
Oh.
I would have preferred to be on the Titanic instead of this one.
What happens when you get to your mom's house?
This is crazy.
Obviously, she was like nice about it, but she only kind of met my mom through like the screen door kind of thing. And
Oh, good.
she just called another Uber and she just left. But I don't know. I need your guys' help because I need a redo on this.
Ooh,
I
yeah,
do.
you
There's
do.
so many things going wrong.
Well, you know, just because you got sick on yourself and then again in front of your date doesn't mean that we can't fix this for you.
Or that you ended up at your mom's house?
Let's just stop
There's a
recapping
lot.
and just get to the call. We'll do it. Your second date update next.
You're in the middle of a second date update, and we're going to find out how the couple is doing right after you hear part 2. Still?
We've been given challenges on this show before, but maybe none greater than the one that we're facing right now.
I cannot remember another
I
date
d-
this bad ever.
I
'Cause-
can't take the background music on these. It hurts because
Well-
it's like,
It's going to be
already
tough
so
for us because
sad.
we're trying to get a second date for Chris.
yeah.
Or as he's known at Uber headquarters,
Oh.
Sir Pukes a lot.
Yeah.
Because Chris felt ill the night before his date, decided he was going to go out on it anyway, and got sick on himself. Not once, but twice.
No, he made it onto the street the second time.
But she watched.
Yeah, well,
that
you
was
know.
in front of Connie before she
Yeah.
decided, I just need to get this guy to his mom's house and drop him off.
Literally, you think that's a joke Jeff is making? That is exactly what they did next.
Literally brought him over to his mother's house and dropped him off at the front door. So
Oh my God.
before we call her, Chris, and ask for another chance here, when was the last time you even spoke to Connie?
Oh, we spoke like 5 days ago.
Oh, you did.
Was
5
that the same?
days.
Was that the same night of the date?
Yeah.
Or like,
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
That is so rough. I bet your mom even felt bad for you.
yeah.
Yeah, my mom was pretty sympathetic to the situation.
Oh,
and,
I bet, dude.
yeah, she was very supportive.
Okay.
Oh, sweet mom.
Well, at least you did end up getting a first kiss that day. It wasn't from Connie, but just from your mom on the forehead.
Oh, that's cute.
And that's a positive way to look at it.
Not
We're gonna.
the action he was looking for, but
It's something.
it counts.
Let's roll that positivity into this call with Connie. I'm going to dial her number right now. We'll see what she has to say, okay? Here we go.
Hello?
Hey, is this Connie?
Yeah, this is Connie. Who's this?
Oh, okay, it's good. She's alive.
Yeah.
That's a good sign.
You're worried that she got it too?
Yeah. We're a radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Oh yeah, I'm familiar.
You are.
Thanks, Connie.
All right.
Thanks for listening.
Did I win something?
Maybe.
Oh.
No.
Well,
Kind of.
Oh, what? What is it?
it is potentially a second date with somebody that you went out with 5 days ago.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Congrats.
That was not the kind of prize I was hoping for.
It's close to concert tickets.
You know that we're talking about the guy Chris.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And so
How can I forget?
we'd
Poor
like to
Chris.
we'd like to gauge how you felt about it on a scale of 1 to 10. How hot was that date?
Like -10.
That's
Oh,
evil. That's not
no.
fair.
We already
Okay.
knew
I'm
that.
sorry.
Oh, don't you
Really?
feel bad for him though? Like, what a bummer.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bummer. I mean, I was excited when we matched, but it was just, he was sick.
Mhm.
He knew he was sick, and he still went out on a date. And that's really dangerous because I can get sick too.
I know.
Brooke brought that up.
I said that too, but you know what? His defense, he was like, "She's so hot, you can't reschedule with
no,
a hot
she didn't
girl."
say that, Brooke.
He
Why
did
are you
not
blocking
say it
your
like that
boy?
at all.
He said
I thought
she's
that was positive. That wasn't positive.
No, that sounded creepy.
And, you know, I'm looking for a match, not because I'm hot. Like, I want
No,
somebody that I
that's
can
not-
get along with
We
who's
know.
nice.
Let
and-
me clarify. Chris just said he felt like this was a once in a lifetime opportunity to go out with you, that you were the type of girl that probably would have moved on if he didn't make it work that night.
Well, he didn't make it work that night.
That's basically what I said, Jeffrey.
Not
No,
really.
Yeah.
You treat her like a
You
piece of
demeaned
meat,
her
Brooke.
down to just her looks.
Yeah, stop degrading
Yeah,
women,
exactly.
Brooke.
He was very excited, and I think that what it is,
But not
is that
overexcited in the creepy type of way.
Okay,
It
fine.
was just
No,
a
I
normal
didn't.
amount of excitement.
He regrets everything that went wrong. I mean,
That's
you can
true.
say that he regrets
Yeah.
that.
Well, and then, you know, when I found out he actually lives with his mom, that was kind of ridiculous,
He
too.
doesn't live there.
No.
He said that he had to drive 45 minutes to see you.
Oh, that's
he
right.
lived 45
Oh,
minutes
you're
away,
right.
and instead of Ubering all the way back home, he just had you drop him off at his mom's house because she was close.
Wow, you sound like you know a lot more about the date than I do. Why don't you fill me in?
Well,
But I don't mean it in a mean way. I just
we could fill you in on the whole thing, but it'd probably be easier if we just let Chris do it himself because he's on the other line listening right now and wants to talk to you.
no. He
Hi,
heard
Connie.
everything I said.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
heard everything.
you didn't
Chris?
say anything that bad.
You know, I'm just curious. I've like texted a couple times and you haven't responded. So
I mean, I'd rather not hurt your feelings, even though I was really upset.
You were
It's
upset.
just easier. I was upset about everything, about being exposed to getting sick. You know, now I'm even more upset about the hot comments.
Yeah,
Okay,
Brooke.
but that-
I didn't mean it that,
That
way,
was our
Connie. I
host.
just meant to say like he thought he had one shot with you and he didn't want to ruin it. That's all I meant.
Okay, well, I hate to say this, but that just sounds really pathetic.
Oh, no.
Yikes.
hey, you know, Brooke, I would really appreciate it if you could just apologize to me and her and Connie to like what you said.
You know,
I think
Chris,
you all the
I think that's a
listeners
great
apology too,
idea.
Brooke.
Brooke, would you like some music, but in the background to make it sound a little bit
Yeah.
more
Oh, we
sincere?
should.
Sure, cue the music, Jeffrey.
Are you serious that you want me to apologize?
No, we want
no.
our host to apologize to you, Connie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Connie, I would like to apologize. You are not hot, nor are you a piece of
Whoa.
meat.
Okay, Brooke,
Wow,
what are
now
you doing?
You
Okay.
are a special person.
Special.
Oh, wow.
Brooke, don't insult her. Sorry, Brooke has never apologized to anyone
I didn't think the
before.
apology could be worse than the insult.
Who Chris was just excited to go out with. He made a poor choice in meeting up with you.
Oh, God. Brooke, I'm sorry.
Very poor
Now you're calling her poor.
No, I'm just saying, like, he should have rescheduled. He knows that now. And we've all made mistakes. You can give him some slack
Yeah, you
there.
just made like 4.
Yeah, I did.
Do you accept Brooke's really horrible apology?
Sure. I mean, sure, I can accept it from you.
Okay.
Okay.
She likes the show.
Okay.
Because
But
you sound really sweet, and I hear you on the radio, so
Okay.
all
We
right.
get the
What about
benefit.
Chris, though?
Yeah.
He's sweet.
no.
Oh,
Chris, at least tell her you don't live with your mom.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, so I don't live with my mom full time.
Oh,
I just,
Time.
part time?
yeah.
Wait a
I
minute.
just no. I mean, so I just go over there on weekends.
So,
'Cause
like,
I like
you're couch
hanging
surfing,
out with
and
my
then after couch surfing, you go to your mom's. Is that what you do?
I'm sure he has his own
No.
bed.
I have my own place. I just see my mom like drop off. Like I'll do like laundry there,
He's a sweet guy who likes to spend
wow.
time with his mom.
A
on the
family
weekends.
man.
I don't think it's
Yeah.
the mooch offer.
No, Alexis,
Just
he's a
because
good
that's
guy.
what you do at your mom's house, Alexis.
Hypothetical, what if none of this ever happened? And there's no throw up, there's no moms, there's nothing. You just go on a date.
Give him a second chance. Just imagine if Jack and Rose on the Titanic had a second chance.
Oh my God,
And she
no.
could pull him up from the depths of the Atlantic Ocean and say, I am sorry, Jack, for letting you slip below the waves.
Yeah,
Kiss
Oh my
me,
God.
you poor little man.
you poor little king of my world.
Don't
Come
push
join
him
me
off
on
the-
this door.
Okay, okay.
Don't push him off the door, Connie.
Here's the deal. I will go for coffee.
Yeah.
Starts with coffee, and then he's doodling you naked with just one piece of jewelry around your neck.
No. Okay, I changed my mind.
No, sorry, I
We won't
apologize.
go.
You guys are all ruining
Brooke,
it.
apologize for me.
Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
Man, I still don't know how we rescued that and convinced Connie to agree to a second date. But,
Seriously.
No
I
idea.
still don't understand what I did wrong.
well,
Oh, come
no
on.
matter, I mean, I think if you hear it, you can pretty
Yeah, I listened.
understand. Well, the good news is Connie and Chris are both back on the phone for an update. Welcome back, you guys.
Yay.
Hi.
Hi.
How has it been going? What's happening?
Well, it's been going really well, actually.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, I want to actually just say I'm sorry because, I was kind of harsh and I was defensive. And I'm really glad that I gave Chris another chance because we've been doing really well.
Really?
That
Good.
is so cute.
So-
Yeah.
Chris, you guys are together?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really glad too. The past few months have they've just been amazing.
Oh.
That's great.
Aw, I love to hear that.
That is the cutest.
I'm just glad you're not sick, bro.
Yeah. Well, what's new with you guys? And is there any new updates other than you're together?
Yeah, so more recently, I had like a fire in my apartment.
Whoa.
Oh, my God.
We actually just had to move out of the building.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no.
And I didn't have any place to stay, so I was able to stay with Chris for a while
Wait, at
And
his
he-
house or his mom's house?
at his mom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait,
Three's
whose
company.
idea was this?
It was kind of like my idea, and I didn't know if she would go for it at first, but she was on board.
Whoa.
Wow.
That is shocking to me.
I know, and I'm just like, wow, I can't believe this. Whenever I tell people this, it sounds so crazy, but it's just been fantastic. Chris's mom is amazing, and I really love hanging out with her.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, this
Those-
is a turn of events.
Those
Not
are
see that
circles.
coming.
I would not
Yeah.
think you were going to say.
She actually
Yeah.
hangs out with my mom more than she does me.
Oh.
Oh.
Maybe that's the key to a successful relationship.
Yeah.
Well, that's a little strange.
Right.
Yeah, guys, so just to all the ladies out there, I just want to say mama's boys sometimes are a good thing. That could be a green light rather than a red light.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow,
I
it
think you
is.
meant flag, but
Yeah.
Stay
Yeah,
on the ball too
flag,
much.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, definitely keep us updated on how your
Awesome.
relationship goes, okay?
Yes, okay.
Good
Thanks for
luck,
having us
guys.
back, you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now go be in love.
Oh, we will for sure.
Aw.